There we go. And we are up and a go. Good day, everybody. Hello and welcome. Let's see. Today, I am in the Let's Build server, which I don't do at night as often, but I like to do it once in a while so people can see what we've been up to. And we're working on our boat race Let's Play that I am building. Erica says, been watching your trails for a long time. Glad to catch you live. Well, we're happy to have you. Welcome, everybody. Lots of people here already today. Thank you so much for coming by. So, last morning stream, we started working on a boat race. I've got a few ideas and a few things we're going to put together today. But we will begin by showing you kind of what we have already accomplished. Hangover? Nope. I never have any type of hangover symptoms at all. It's not a problem that I've ever had, fortunately. What is this starting music? It's actually something from the YouTube Public Library. It's something that creators and such can use without having to worry about it belonging to somebody. It's called Staccato. I've been using it since my first video. When I was looking for music, I found that I liked it, thought it was catchy, so hanging on to it ever since. All right, so for those of you who have maybe been here before, or have not been here before, this is the Let's Play server. So this is a server where the whole purpose of it is for me to build Let's Play type games and scenarios that I will eventually run members and community folks through, film them, and release them as videos. So this is the Welcome Center. This is where everybody starts. Everybody spawns right there. We'll walk up here, and this is the Welcome Center. So this is I add things as needed in here. So all of these little colored things and chests, that is for the Pyramid Let's Play. And then this portal is for the Headhunter Let's Play. So for the Pyramid Let's Play, there's an Ender book. People will get their Ender book, and it will take them to where they're starting based on their color. Everybody's got their own book. Of course, to do that, they'll need some experience. So I have an experience water cooler. They can turn on, get a little bit of experience so they can use their book. Favorite movie is The Crow, which is what my character is in Sky Factory, in Minecraft. So, so that is the Crow skin. Brandon Lee, also known as Eric Draven, is where my username comes. So I use that skin. I have ever since I first started playing Minecraft. All right. Got it. Okay. So again, give you a brief tour of what we've done in the Let's Build server so far. This is the pyramid. If you've not seen this yet, worked on this for a while. This is just a little altar where I sacrifice things. Don't worry about that. You guys are fine. It won't matter to you. But basically, this is a race and a base. It's a combination. So basically what this is, folks will come in here. Everybody has their own entrance. There's 12 different entrances. They get their colored armor on and get their Domino's pizza. And then they have to go through a race. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for a minute, so I can give you just a brief idea of what we've worked on here. This is a 3-floor maze. This is the first floor. So the first thing they'll have to do is everybody has their own entrance. They want to make it to the middle of this, where they'll get an elevator block, which will take them up to the second floor, which has additional challenges, which then will lead them to the third floor, which has additional challenges. So each floor is a little bit smaller, but becomes more challenging with the things that are in there. But this is floor number 1, so people will have to find their way through this. A 4-wheel trailer, that sounds fun. Hello, Mr. Diamond. So this is the pyramid. That's a race. That's the first Let's Play we built. And then we finished this one just a couple days ago. This one is called Headhunter. So there's a portal over there that'll bring you in here. Again, each person will have their color. Will go to their bed. They will set their spawn. They will get their colored armor. They will get their iron sword, and they will get their stack of cheeseburgers. I'm going to use a different food item in every Let's Play because I think that's funny. Yes, this is a Let's Build server, so this is all in creative. This is the boom room, basically. Basically, the purpose of this is they will come in here. They will have 20 minutes to bring me the most individual heads. Their sword that they'll be given has beheading on it. So they're going to come in here and kill as many things they can. For every different head, they get a point. So 5 creeper heads don't count. That's 1. But if you get, like this guy, there's a guy right there. That's Omega Phoenix. His head will look like a creeper head, but it has a different name. That counts as a separate one. So I have multiple different mobs in here that will spawn, plus the traditional ones. I also have some spawners on the back where if I feel things are going too well, I can shoot in a couple extra, maybe slightly harder mobs. So in here, they'll be just trying to get as many heads as possible. Down here at each end as well, there is a farm with different types of animals that will spawn. All of the animals that spawn here also have the ability to drop a head, so they can come in here and slaughter some of these things instead of going in. You can go back and forth. When they come back, they'll put the heads in their chest. Whoever has the most different heads in their chest at the end of 20 minutes will be the winner. Hello, Muttley. Just keep inventory on. It is not. You die, you lose. So you want to... Well, PvP is not going to be active. I'm going to ask people don't do that. You'll want to come back out regularly and drop off the heads in your chest. Just an inspiration to come in and out, come in and out, come in and out. And again, I know that this looks like that's a whole lot of mobs to deal with. Remember, there will be 12 people playing at one time. So, I mean, in essence, 12 mobs will be killed at a time every time. So, we'll play test it to be sure. If I need to, I can make it a little harder or a little easier, depending on what we determine the difficulty is. But they'll have 20 minutes to do that. But that's the boom room. Up here I have a little chest where I can, these are all of the dispensers I set on the back, so I can keep those in my inventory, and I can just randomly fire in extra mobs. There's some mobs that are in those dispensers that don't pop up otherwise. Well, I guess you could probably team up, but it's the person with the most amount of heads at the end, so whoever has the most heads in their chest wins. Just saying. So this here is just, I'm just using some mob filters, so that way I can fly in and out without having to open or close things. It also keeps the light from coming in, but it lets me be able to come out and film people doing stuff out here, and I'll come in and film people doing stuff in here, so I can go back and forth depending on what people are doing. Well, that's Headhunter. That one was a lot quicker to build. And so the one we're doing right now, I'm still in construction. This one is going to be a boat race. Hopefully. I've built boat races in the past, so kind of taking what I've learned from the several I've already done and putting them together to make one bigger one. 20 minutes. I'll have 20 minutes to get the most amount of heads. So basically, hey Teresa, one thing I haven't decided yet is if I'm going to have all 12 people racing at once, or like 3 groups of 4, 2 groups of 6. I thought about doing 2 groups of 6, and the first, second, and third of each heat will go into the final race against the first, second, and third of the second heat. So the final 6 will come in here and do it again. Yeah. Hey, Nick. So basically, it will come down here. I'll show you what we got so far. Grab myself a boat and show you what we're looking at so far. I'm building it in sections. What don't I need? Well, no. I mean, again, I'm going to request people not to be assholes, because if they are, I'll kick them from there and probably block them from the channel completely. If you're signing up to be a part of this, you're going to do it for fun. So if anybody ever comes in and starts griefing like that, I will ban them from everything I can possibly ban them. You know, inspire team, friendliness if possible. What's up, Jonas? We have a boat. We're going to go down our boat. I gotta fall, go back through. They'll have some little things. You can't fit around every single one of these. Some of these you might get stuck, so we're going to have to determine their way through. So that's section 1. Then they have to make their way through this. This looks easy. If you can stay directly in the middle, it might be. But remember, there will be 6 people fighting their way through. And I hit the web. 6 people trying to get through this all at the same time. Oh, I hit the web again. The problem with the web is you're trying to push to get off the web, and when you do, it smacks you across the one on the other side. I enjoy it. I can't sleep. I've got a bad headache. Oh, no, that I'm not. I've been dealing with insomnia for about a month and a half, and I'm seeing the doctor about it tomorrow morning. If he gives me any advice, I will share it with you. Oh. So, and there's just a nice little spin around. Again, a nice little spot that they're going to have to maneuver through there a little bit. Now these, both sides have a ton of pistons that'll be flying in or out. So as you go through here, it will be smacking you left and right, and you've got to maneuver your way through the pistons. I have them turned off right now because they get loud. I got a noise muffler there, but still, you know. So yes, so that both sides are identical. They're just backwards from each other. They're flipped, so either side's easier. And then we get down to where we are right now, which is again down and a little bit of stuff. If I could hit the right button, there we are. Ah, poo. Okay. How many teams? No teams. This is all individual. None of these things are team events at this point. So yes, I have this walls just here right now so the water doesn't keep coming out. After I build a section, I bring the water through, test it, and then keep on going. It does, although again, I'm not a huge fan of them. I find that the sprinklers seem to have a better effect overall, and they don't. I mean, I guess if you want to put like a bajillion of them underneath there, they'll probably be better, but it takes up a lot of space, you know? So anyways, this part here is just going to be kind of a thinner, twisty turn. Again, you're looking at between 6 or 12 people. Water will come down there. I build the floor first, and then I go back and I cover it up. It's going to twist it down a little bit, drop a few times, and then we're going to come into here where this is what I was doing right before the stream started, and this is where we're going to make the next obstacle. As you can see, this is how much space I blocked out for this. Now, it's not going to fill this whole square. Obviously, there's going to be space between the second and third level, and there's areas that aren't. My goal is I'm going to build this, and then I'm going to build something around it. At first, I thought about making it look like a mountain, like this thing was inside the mountain. Then I thought, well, maybe I'd do it like a big water temple, since this is so water temple-y looking. Not sure yet. Yeah, again, lots of other stuff in here. So answering the question, everything I'm building is designed for 12 players currently. Everything will be in the boat. This one will be in boats. You won't get out of the boats at any time. And when it comes time to film it, I'll have to make arrangements for 12 people to play. I will start with members. If I can get 12 members, then we'll be good. If I can't get enough members, then I'll reach out to other folks in the community who, you know, been here a while or very active, people that seem trustworthy that I can bring into there and won't mess stuff up, you know, ruin things, I should say. Not somebody mess stuff up. Anybody can mess stuff up, but not mess stuff up on purpose. The only real requirement is you will have to have a microphone. Your voice will have to be in there. I'll be recording sound. Not a webcam. I'm not using webcams, but I will be recording audio. Yeah, I'm not going to add a maze to this since I've already got a giant pyramid maze over there. I don't want to do that again, especially so soon after. Because my goal is that I'll film 3 or 4 Let's Plays at one time. I'll bring everybody in. We'll film one. We'll film all, and then I can break them up and edit them, break them into separate, different Let's Plays. You know what I mean? If one ends up being really long, I could break it into 2 parts. But I've had a lot of people over the last several months ask for more edited content, not just live stuff and not just tutorials, but edited Minecraft stuff like this. So I'm excited to start being able to put some of this together. Oh, thank you for the chair. Yes, I'm probably going to order that this week. That's another thing. I'm going to be talking about my doctor tomorrow just to see, you know, kind of what's going on there. But I'm recommendations and such, because I'm in quite a bit of pain by the end of every day. Even if I don't stream, even on my days off streaming, I'm in quite a bit of pain. Somebody asked, when do I film videos? Video filming is usually Sunday morning, Monday morning, and Tuesday morning are the 3 days that I don't stream. And I don't stream Tuesday night either. But I post a video Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is several things. That's when I do the Merge Worlds audio podcast, edit that, get it up on the iTunes and Spotify. That's when I update anything on the website that needs, check on any orders for merch that people have done, make sure that those are shipping, things of that nature. That's when I also do any extra Discord stuff that I need to mess with. And that's also when I build, film, edit, and export all of the different tutorials I'm building for that week. I usually try to get a couple built, so I've got a few kind of sitting back in case there's a week that I can't put one out. I've got one ready to go. So there's that. So anyways, yes. So right now we're doing the next obstacle. I have the next 2 obstacles already designed, and this one's going to be a little bit of a play off the last obstacle that just went in. Making it a little bit bigger again. Not as big as I was making it over there. I'm going to thin it out a little bit, because by this point, I'm going to assume not everybody's going to be side by side. There's enough stuff there that somebody's going to get hung up on something, and somebody's going to get ahead. This part should be relatively easy. Where's my gadget? Let's see. That looks good. Seems like a decent size for this obstacle. Maybe we'll go back just a couple. I've got most of it mapped out at this point. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do, and I'm excited about that. Variety to join the games the main way. Yeah, that is correct. Oh, thank you very much, Teresa. I appreciate that. Sorry, I missed that comment. Yes. So the channel has a membership program. Anybody you see in chat that has a blue or a green font in their name, those are members of the Draven's Dragons membership program. It's just like a Twitch sub, except cheaper. Basically, you click the join button anywhere on my YouTube channel, and that doesn't sign you up, but it shows you what all it comes with. When I do things like this, Let's Plays and games like that, I usually I'm going to choose from the members first. Okay, sorry, I saw my screen blink for a second. I thought everything crashed. I'll always start with members first, because again, those are folks that are not only help support the channel, but usually they're the ones that are the most active and hang around a lot, and get to know them a little better. You also get access to members-only streams. We have several of those. We have at least one a month, although we're only 6 members away from opening up the second one, which I'm excited about. And then, what else? Other stuff. You get a discount on my store. On my website, onlydraven.com, there's an ODG store. You can get Onlydraven Game merchandise. I got a bunch of stuff, posters, cups, stickers, mugs, blankets, shirts of all kinds, things like that. And, yeah, and anytime I can think of any other perks, I always add them. So I do my best. It's like a Twitch sub, but cheaper. It's $2.99 a month, and you get all that stuff. So pretty cheap way to support the channel, but it still makes it's still a big help, and you get a bunch of stuff in return. Oops. A lot of folks seem to think it's worth it so far. We're up to 94. That's the highest we've ever been. I think actually we lost 1 today. I think we're actually down to 93. But that happens a lot each month because not everybody's on auto renewal. So sometimes it'll drop off for a couple days, then they'll notice it and sign back up again. So I see it fluctuate throughout the month. What up, Turtle? G'day, sir. How goes it? I'm going to test a theory. Before I test that theory, before we build this next obstacle, it's time to enclose in what I've already done so I can run water all the way down. Build this up first. This one will take a little bit longer since it's not just straight rows, but get as much done as we can. Probably build a lot of this freehand, to be honest with you. It's going to change direction enough that doing it freehand is kind of worth it. Ooh, that's not going to. I'm just going to go straight up, and then I'll come back and do the roof after. I appreciate that, Bragg. I do my best to try to make it worth it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot. Again, in today's world, there's a lot of different options out there to spend your money. So I try to make sure that anytime I can think of any new perk, I add it to that. Now, YouTube is constantly trying to get me to add 2 and 3 different levels of memberships. And some people do that. I don't like that concept. I have no intention of doing that. I will never have more than 1 level, and I will never increase the price from $2.99 unless YouTube makes me. Like if I don't have an option anymore and it's a minimum certain amount, or you have to have a minimum 3. As long as I have the option to keep it 1 for $2.99, it will stay that way. That is 100% my intention. And every time I can think of a new perk, I'm just going to keep adding it to that one. Just get better and better, hopefully, but still stay the same price. Well, I don't want to go fast. That's kind of the opposite. I want to make sure this is something that lasts a while. You know, this is a lot of work if it's going to be a 10-minute video, you know. So that's one reason, again, and some of this, while my intention is, hey, this would be great for 12 people, 12 people just may be too many. And if they are, that's when I'm going to do 2 heats of 6 with the first, second, and third place winner of each going against each other as the final 6. But maybe giving whoever got first in each round a little bit of a perk for doing so. Because again, you go through all the trouble of being first, and you can still get to go there whether you're, even if you're second or third. What's the reason of being first, right? So try to add perks whenever possible. I did that in the pyramid as well. There's perks for on tier 2 for people who got 1, 2, 4. Oh, this got shorter. I should have stayed there. That's what it is. So yeah, I have perks for first, second, and third place. But first person perk is better than second and third. All right, let's see. Why do mobs spawn so fast? Good question. They sure like it. Now, the game is set up to have it do it at a specific amount, and different zones and things, like in Sky Factory 4, the hunting dimension, mobs will actually spawn faster and in greater numbers than they will on any other one that I've come across. Although Lost Cities can have a whole lot of stuff going on at one time at night, including what's inside the buildings. So that could just potentially be because there's such a the domes are so large, they're covering sometimes more than one chunk, that it's, you know, kind of not being hit with those same rules. I'm not sure. Yeah, they can pop up quick, which is great for me building this, because then I can put other people through that. But when it's just me playing the game, I don't want me to be tortured. I just want to torture other people. I mean, you know, keep it honest, right? As soon as I watch you, my headache goes away. But even though I know it gets worse with screens, well, I appreciate that. I will do my best to continue not making your head hurt. You know, I'll be honest, monitors very often bother my eyesight too, especially the longer I'm watching them. When you get comfortable and relax, that can actually help. Your eyes just don't strain as much. So it could be that you're just, you know, sitting back relaxing and you're not actively having to, you know, play Minecraft or things of that nature. It might be what's helping it a little bit in that regard. So I'm saying it's not necessarily me. If you sat down and watched anybody, you might feel. Let's see. Lot less area to spawn. Did that? Yes, a lot less. That is also true. That is also true. They can't spread out as much, and so since an individual chunk can have a certain amount of mobs at any given time, if you don't have a whole chunk full of land, it's only 1/4 of the chunk. They're all going to spawn right there. So it will condense them very much so. Let's see. What's the platform below? Mobs there, you can use bedrock because no mobs can spawn. Well, that's true. No, this is me mapping out my area. See this? This is a frame, right? So I know that if I was to be on this side of it and I build a mountain to hide this, that's how high the mountain has to be. So this is just a framework for me to know what I'm going to build on. And if I do build a giant temple, I'll build it on this floor down here. The only mobs that spawn right now are slimes, because everything else I've got, it's lit up enough that nothing else is popping up. But slimes don't care about light, so they and Enderman, I think. It might be Enderman. I think Enderman can pop up anywhere too. Oops. Draven Q5 Five Nights at Freddy's again. 6 would be a lot better for streaming. I don't care to give it a shot one day. Thing is that people don't like watching me play non-Minecraft stuff. Much it sounds weird to say that, but the vast majority of the audience, they find me for Minecraft, and that's what they kind of come here for. So a lot of times I'll see when I'm doing non-Minecraft games, people pop in, see it's not Minecraft, and then they leave. It's fine. I don't mind that. I mean, I'm going to watch what I enjoy watching. I would never blame anybody else the same way, right? But yes. I don't care. I will still occasionally do other games, for sure. I just don't think I'm going to do other games as often as I used to. I think I'm going to be doing more Minecraft overall. Because, again, I've always been a Minecraft channel. And I go through phases like I am right now where I have multiple Minecraft projects going, and I'm having a great time with it. I legit want to keep playing Minecraft. And there aren't any games out right now that I'm excited about. I mean, the last one I was excited about was Subnautica Below Zero, and I streamed it. Cool, got my fix, and I'm ready to move on. But there aren't any really games on my list right now that I'm kind of fiending to play. Now, before I can go any further, I have to test this. Yeah, see this? See when you're inside, see how low that is? You're not going to be able to get through there. The boat, you're going to be taller in the boat. So I'm going to have to make the roof higher at the ramps. Okay. I thought that might be the case. I've run into that on boat races I've built before. So don't want to get all halfway through the race and then nobody can move forward because I built it too. Let's see what else we got here. Trying to make a giant farm, but mobs are spawning so fast I can't even kill them. Light them up. I mean, as you're building, use flare lanterns. I like them because they cover a large amount of space, and they go through solid objects. So if you're building a wall or something, you can put them on. Like, that's what I do. I'll show you real quick. When I fall like that, I have to look away. It makes me nauseous. So I just put flare lanterns underneath. That keeps everything except slimes from spawning. Now, if this was grass, I'd have the same problem, but with animals. And for that, you can use these. Oh, you can't. I hid them. Hold on. Let me show you over here. I'm showing you because I've forgotten what they're called. I think they're dread lamps, if I'm correct. Yes. These are dread lamps. They will keep passive mobs from spawning. So your chickens, and cows, and wolves, and all that. Everything except slimes. It does not affect slimes. Slimes are immune to damn near everything. Damn slimes. Thank you, Craig Gameplays, for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Once I get this done, I'll bring the water all the way down to where I left off. Now I've got to fix the stairs here. Whoops. The rainbow blocks in the Headhunter. That is Futara, I believe. Yes, that is a Futara block. So Futara blocks are normally just gray, but there are several different cuts of them. The wavy line blocks are Futara blocks with the Rainbow-liciously Wavy is the name of those. Hello, Parmeet. Good day. Have you finished the Satisfactory series? Yes. Yes, I did. I got as far as I felt like going. It got to a point where it stopped being fun, so I stopped playing. Because, I mean, that's just how it should be, right? You know. Nobody wants to watch me be miserable, except Teresa. Everybody else doesn't want that for me. So, I try not to do that. I learned that a while ago. I had a Minecraft series that some of you may have watched last year, where I streamed a mod pack called Volcano Block. I did not enjoy Volcano Block. You will know that if you watch those videos. No illusions that I enjoyed Volcano Block. There were moments of goodness. They were far. Few between. Okay. What am I doing for lights? All the way up to here. That's good for there. We're not 100 members yet. We're actually at 93. I know it says 94. But if a member goes up or down off stream, that doesn't count it. That can only count what happens during the stream. And I normally have to go in at the beginning of the stream and manually adjust it. We dropped one, and I forgot to do that at the beginning of the stream. So we're actually at 93 right now. Let's see here. I'm gonna light up everything. Light things. They're called flare lanterns. Feral flare lanterns. They're my favorite light source because they go through solid objects. They go light in all directions, and they're very groovy. Hello, Dark. Reyna, you're welcome there. Use mega torches. You can use mega torches. I'm not sure if mega torches go through solid objects. I can't remember offhand. I can't remember. Probably could, but I can't remember offhand. Ready. So, why is this wrong? That's not supposed to. Okay. All right, so this is where I'm going to bring the water to. Then I'm going to stop. Okay, so this is, I got to make sure this is high enough. So I have to fill it with water. Then I have to test it. Which means we are about to go bucket crazy. Bucket crazy. 94, actually. We were 94 last night. That's the highest we've ever been. We started last night at 91. We got 3 new members. 91 at that point had been the highest I'd ever had. That's good. That's good. I love how water just auto-fills. Didn't always used to do that. Trying to fill up a lake or to make your own lake or pond used to be vanilla. Very hard. When I built Serenity Lake, when I built Merged Worlds, the one time that I did, that was one of the hardest parts of the whole build. That should go down just fine. I shouldn't need to put any water on the stairs. We'll need it down here. Can you attach a mega torch to the bottom of something? I'm only wondering, because if so, then that's one thing I like about ferals, and if you do that with a mega torch too, that's awesome. That's something I'd be interested to know. Because I like to put flares underneath stuff, so I don't have mega torches or torches everywhere. But if you can put a mega torch, connect it to something underneath without having to build a special platform to put it on, that would be pretty good. I've just never tried. So if you can, then that's awesome. And both of those are both awesome. That didn't take too long at all, did it? All right. Let's test this out. You know, I'm going to have to put some trapdoors in here so that I can get in and out of this. Because when I film this, it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to be in whatever that ghost mode is. I always forget what it's called. Where I can go through solid objects. Is that... Ooh, that's not high enough. That's not going to be... I'm going to have to fix that. Well, I got water going there. That's not going to be high enough. Ooh, forgot a block. I failed. Let's see here. Spectator. Yes, thank you, Brad. So helpful. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Paul. My favorite part of doing all this is getting to help people. That and getting to meet everybody. There's a lot of cool people that show up here. Okay. Okay. We've already tested up to this point. Now we go down. Woohoo. So far. It's meant to be slow. It's meant to slow you down, but you do have to be able to fit. And going on angles like this is what makes it harder. If you're going straight rows, it's much, much easier. That's why I'm doing it on an angle like that. Woohoo! All right, that worked. Okay, the stairs worked. I did not hit my head or get stuck. Look out, fat man coming through. Woohoo! That also worked. Good, good. Oh, yeah, they're going to be bonking on this like crazy. This will drive people insane. I love it. Love every second of it. Again, imagine if there's 2 or 3 people at once. Excellent. All right, there we go. Excellent. That worked. That worked. What else have I got here? Not nice on the video quality. The Utara, or the one that I'm looking at the one I'm working with right now. This is actually, we're going to stop using it when we go down a level. The next level, because this is, I'm still considering this all the first level, even though I've gone down. I mean, this is all still the first level. There'll be a big drop that takes us down to the second section. Get the red dice. Hey, there you go. It's a 2-year dice. No one's had that yet. All right, now it's time to test a thing. It's going to be hard because I have to test it with water. I'm actually going to have to break that. I forgot about this. Build this next obstacle. I'm going to need water in here to test it. Okay, that should autofill. Autofill. Make sure it goes all the way. It did. Good. Okay. All right. Line block. Just going to test one to see if this works. Thought that might happen. Okay. That'll actually work out real well. I can just out of that. Now, lower. There. I decided to start doing YouTube. I actually started doing YouTube on a different YouTube channel. I have a second channel, though I haven't posted anything there in like 2 years. I started it, I had weight loss surgery, and so I decided to... So I decided to vlog that process. This may be loud for a moment, but this is just a test. What in the world? That I did not know. A slime block takes everything with it. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Huh. Well, that's going to change things a little bit. Huh. Darn it. Okay. So yeah, that was that channel. And then while I was doing that, I was also playing Sky Factory 3, and I couldn't find any of the stuff I was looking for. So as I figured it out, I started making quick tutorials to share it with other people. But I really didn't focus on this channel. I was focused on the other one. And I made some tutorials, and then kind of stopped for a while. I actually took a little break from Minecraft. Was doing some 7 Days to Die, a big update that came around that time. And I was really focusing on the other channel doing the weight loss stuff. And then one day after like a couple of months, I popped over here to check on the channel. I logged in for something, and I had 3 times as many subscribers here than I did on the one that I was actively using. I'm like, I'm focusing on the wrong thing. So I came back over, and I just started playing Sky Factory 3 again anyways. It all worked out perfectly for timing. So I had jumped on and started making tutorials again as I started playing through it. And that was going real well. I did that for, I want to say, 4 or 5 months. And the channel was growing. And then Sky Factory 4 came out. And so I started making tutorials within the first week Sky Factory 4 came out. At that time, there was no instructions for anything. We were all trying to figure out how it works. Yeah, I'm going to use that block thing up and down. I did not know that worked like that. I'm already thinking of ways that could be useful. But you're saying that obsidian is unaffected. I approve. We will try that then. Where am I going to replace? Please look. Put this in here so I know where I'm going. This. I think it was just grabbing the 4. I don't think I need it to be popping quite as fast as I was. Yeah, I'm not saying this is even going to go here, but I am trying to test it. All right, one up there for 10. All right, I'm going to test something somebody told me the other day. See if it works. There's a chance it will slam you into the roof. Excellent. That's what I wanted to test. Let's see here. How long have I been playing since Sky Factory 4? Since the second day it was out. The first day it was out, I think my wife and I were out for the day. I didn't even know it came out. And I came home, logged on, and Sky Factory 4 was there. And I was like, oh my god. So I like downloaded it and got playing it the second day it was out. All right, let's see. Let's light up the area. That'll hurt. At 10K. I think we were at 10K before Christmas. I think we hit it right around or at Christmas. So it's taking us. This year has been a little bit slower than last year. Last year, when the whole pandemic was in full blast, people couldn't leave their house at all. People were still scared and stayed home more. Schools were closed. People were home from work. A lot of people were laid off their jobs. Everybody's YouTube channel shot way up during that. And then slowed down later. So what I'm thinking of doing is building the roof here higher and putting a bunch of these, and they're going to be bouncing against the roof, trying to get through this. And I'm going to have them all over the place. That's my thought anyways. I'm going to build it and see what happens. I'm going to go that high because I'm going to have still flare lanterns underneath. This chamber, per se, is be a little bit longer or a little bit taller than any other one I've made so far. I don't want to make it huge just because that's a waste of space in my mind. If I go down really far to do that, then I've wasted a whole level's worth of area. So I don't want it to be too far. But I do want it to be somewhat far. Let's do that. This one. That one. Works. Now it's just a matter of putting them in there. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on different timers, so they're not all popping at the same time. I want them to be all over the place. So you can't just say, oh, I'll go after that one, because moving too fast past one might hurt you with a different one. I get all of it. Yes, I did. Well, I said, most of the time at night, I'm on the other world, the JEI world, where we're building stuff and automations and survival. And that's what most of the night streams are going to be. I thought it'd be nice once a week to do this, because a lot of the folks who may be interested don't get to come to the morning streams and see what we're building on. So I thought it might be kind of fun. Some on the walls. I like what you're thinking. See this here? They have to go through one where they're all popping out of the walls already. There's no slime block on that one. It's just the pistons themselves, but they've got a narrow area and the pistons are all shit. So all those are there. I have them off right now. But yes, I have one where they're coming from the sides as well. Bragg, you are on the right page. Flare lanterns. Do you think that's good? Yes. That is a horrendous amount of flare lanterns. I applaud. All right. So where are we going to put these? I feel like I have 3 kind of right at the beginning in a pattern, and then I'm going to have them go everywhere. There and there. No, not there. That's one. That's one. Then I'm going to start mixing them up. Here. And I'd have one over there. Then there'll be 2 back to back if you go that direction. So you got to figure out which pattern do you want to go. How do you want to try to make your way through? So this way is like, oh, of course you'd go this way. But then I'm going to have like several. You're going to get hit by a couple of them. Again, plus, in theory, when people are coming through this, they may not remember the exact pattern I put these. Hopefully nobody's a cheating turd and goes back and watches this video before the actual thing. That's one good thing about my community. I just don't think I have to deal with that kind of people. And I won't. Not sure if I want to have one this far back. May add a couple extra ones. Favorite Minecraft mob? Need a couple on the Don't know. Never really thought about it. The walrus, but he's not actually a mob. So he's a little hard to tell with him. He's not really a mob. That one. One. That one. That one. Got one there. Got one there. One. That one. That one. All of them. That one. I think that's all of them. Oh no, I didn't do the two at the very beginning. That one. Okay. 10 picks, but I made 10 hoes. There you go. Can't have too many hoes. Alright, so obviously I have to put obsidian around all these, but I want to start by putting the piston in first. That's why I put that block in, so I can have something to put the piston against. That one. That one. That one. That one. All of them? Looks like all of them. Okay. So, fine. Climb sounds so awesome. Looks amazing. Thank you. I'm very, very happy with that one. That is actually what inspired doing the whole server, is I had that idea. I was like, well, now I want to run people through that. But the problem is that I used to build our Let's Plays on the members Sky Factory 4 server. And then every so often people would get tired of Sky Factory 4 and we would switch to something else and I'd lose everything I built, or we had some problems where the server crashed, we had to rebuild it, I lost everything I built, and that just kept happening. So I said, this way, it's a server that will always be there. It's mine. I don't have to worry about that. Shouldn't move the one that's already there. Thinking about going back through and doing obsidian for the floor of this entire thing, to be honest. I'm not real happy with the different colors. Plus, I'd like it to be a little bit harder to see where you're actually going. I think I'm going to obsidian the whole floor. I'm just making sure I got those. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do obsidian everywhere else. Can't vein mine this. I'll take out the walls and everything as well. We're going to do sections at a time so the water doesn't flow forever and leg out everything. And before anyone says, I don't like to use the gadget that trades items. I like to actually build it. Someone always tries to help, and I appreciate that. You know, there's the, I always forget the name, the switchy gadget, the trading wand, the put stuff where other stuff was machine. Not a slow process. Oop. Helps if I hit it right. My wife and I went out today and had to go to Grandma's house. Her grandma was having problems with her cell phone. This is a common occurrence. And being the guy who works at a cell phone company, I'm the one who goes to help out, you know. Let's see. You make me think of obsidian? I could, but I'm not a big fan of obsidian's visual appearance, to be honest. Not a huge fan the way obsidian looks. Blocks. Block. Block. Very careful not to hit it. Why is that down one? Oh no! That should be right. The slime block's up there. I don't understand what happened here. Pushed this down instead of pushing that up. Okay, well, we'll figure that out in a minute. What was going on there? Teleportation device in your D&D game? The switchy gadget thing. That's me, man. Supplying you with all the most exciting things you could ever think of. All right. Slime's already on there. The obsidian's good. Now, for this part. Turn it off. That's the first part. Turn it off so it doesn't go until I'm ready for it to go. I'm going to put this one. All of them are going to go down to 5 seconds. 5 seconds in the first row is how long it stays up before it comes back down. The second one is how often it actually shoots up. How long it stays up, how long between it going back up. This is the one that's going to alternate. Like, what did I have? I don't have one right now. So I'm going to put that one at 15. I'm going to put the first two at the same. I want them to look like they're matching. You know, lull them into a false sense of security. 15. Off. I'm going to have to put a lever on all these. The last terracotta. Yeah, I heard there's a couple different things you can use. People were saying there. Up for 5 seconds. This one's going to be faster. Whoops, forgot to turn that off. This one's going to be slower. This side will be faster, but they're closer together. Oop. Seconds. The other thing about the 5 second thing is if somebody's coming behind them, they can't go through that. So you have to wait for it to go down or try to go around. So you may not get hit by it, but either way, it's still going to be an obstacle. That's the thought I'm kind of trying to put here. Do that one at 15 again. Put this one at like 25. Crap. One behind it's much. I want them not to be at the same time. I want them to be a variation. 15 is going to be probably the earliest. Oh, is it still up there? Yeah, I guess that looks right. I guess I was just misjudging that. You know what? What I'm gonna do for this one? I'm gonna be a turd about it. That down to 2. That one down to. That one's gonna be like a machine gun. All right. Is there a Community Sky Factory 4 server? Kind of. There's a members server for people who are part of the membership program. I do not have one that just anyone can play on. To be honest with you, the cost of a server to allow that many people to play is not cheap. So the memberships are what pay for the servers. So every so often we get enough new members, I turn that around and get us another server to play. I try to make sure that when you put money into the membership program, I find a way to turn it back in so you get more content or you get more stuff for your money. Turn my fan on as I am getting sweaty. You know what? We're going to take a quick second here. Right before the stream ended, I ate the last of my leftovers. My wife and I went for lunch today. And we got Chinese food. And I have fortune cookie. Fortune cookies are disgusting. And they don't taste good at all. And I don't believe in bogus. But I will go ahead and read it for the pure entertainment. Normally I just threw them away. My wife told me I should go ahead and open it on stream today. And I'm like, you know what? I think I will. So I waited on my fortune cookie. Aha. The number you have dialed is not a long distance number. Please hang. I'm just kidding. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It says your boundless heart will make room for one more. Okay. Back down to 5. 15 again. Here. The Tree of Time. It actually doesn't do anything. None of the saplings do anything, but they provide different colored wood and leaves. The Tree of Time's leaves are pretty cool. They move. They're like a motion block, which is kind of funny. 5. What's that one? That one's a 25. No, that one's got to be lower. Got, let's see what that one's 15. We'll make this one faster. Plus, I'm going to put a lever on each one of these. So when I turn them on, I have to turn them on one at a time, which will reset, so they won't all be in sync that way either. Which is another reason I want them all to have an individual lever. I don't want them synced to run off the same lever because I want I don't want there to be a pattern. I don't want them popping up at the same time or anything like that at all. I want it to be all over the board. All right, so I said I was going to make that one faster, didn't I? That's a 15. That's a 15. That's a 5. What's that one? 15. We'll give this one a 20. This one here will be another 15 to the side. Turn that off. 2, 5. And we're going to have some rough ones at the end. Because that's what makes me happy. Keep forgetting to turn it off. Hear this one. Yeah, I think we're going to do that for the last 3 on all of them. Three, 3, and 3, 3. Because recently your shows really helped. Thank you. You're very welcome, Average Soda. I'm glad I could help. Let me see here. Yes, there is a member server. Is there a community? When did I punch a hole in that? Fixed it. All right, so that's all of them. All I have to do now is put the levers on. I'm going to put the levers on the bottom so I can fly underneath and just snag them. I got rid of my levers earlier. Sitting in for a while. Important that I go this direction so that all the levers are facing. And there's going to be one more obstacle on this level before we finally actually start going down to the next level. All right, those are all ready to go. Now, I have to play test it. I'm going to put a, that's what I need to do. I need to put a muffler here. Sound muffler. I need all this stuff. I guess I don't need that. Will you let me place you in the air? Relatively middle. I guess I could put a second one down. You can hear that. If we can hear any of these, then I'll put down another muffler. Put a muffler where the other pistons are too. Look at that beauty at the end there. This pleases me in ways you don't understand. Going through. Don't. So see, again, you can speed through and you make it all right. But again, or you might pick the wrong one. It hits several times. But again, part of the thought is that there'll be more than one person hopefully going through here at a time. So you're forcing each other into different locations. Well, there will be no music. Why? Is there a hole over there now? Uh-oh, is a piston messing that up? Yeah. Because I didn't put obsidian there. Okay, hold on. Well, obviously, that's a boo-boo on me. All right, let me grab the obsidian. That's why that hole on the other side came from, too, I'll bet. That in there. Does that fix that? Yes, all right. Check the other side. And on that side, I should be okay then. So, oh, no, here's another one. There we go. That fixes that. Okay. Check the other side one more time. Yeah, we definitely won't have any music. I don't normally use music, mostly because get your channel shut off, or someone will do a copyright claim because of the music and such. So, if anything, I might have staccato on very, very low, but I wasn't thinking so because I'm going to be talking throughout the thing. You know, it'll be kind of like a... Plus, people will be talking, so I want people to have their microphones. So I don't want anything that's going to drown out the players at all. All right. So now I got to do another little twisty turny kind of thing. You know, when this is done, we want to make them narrow up again. And then we're going to go through the final, the first final. Let's just say the last real obstacle. Let's put it that way. One more. We're going to start bringing it in. Three. Yes. That would be just fine. Can I do 3 on the other side? I better check. Yes. Okay, so a little bit of a straightaway first. Give them a second to pull in there. Sorry, had to fix something stupid. So platform, a couple things. Number one, that's me for spacing. I want to make sure that this stays within that area. That's how, at maximum, the size I want this Let's Play to take. So I frame out my work area, so I know I'm not too high, too wide, things of that nature. I try to fix that. So yes. As we're getting close to this end, I'm going to have to curve to that direction, this way, whatever that direction is. Before this starts, I'll go around and I'll turn on everything, you know, make sure that everything's ready to go. I've already, the sound mufflers means that they're not going to drown out anybody. But, you know, I'm not going to have them running all the time, just because if I end up building 20 Let's Plays and they've all got stuff like that, you can imagine even how much lag that might cause. That is also going to be another factor of playing these Let's Plays. People will have to be capable of playing them. Don't have an internet connection that's going to let you play and you're going to keep getting kicked, or you're not able to load up the stuff, or you're not able to play the game. Probably not going to get to participate, you know. We're going to need people who have at least computers and connections that can handle what we're trying to do. All right. It's time to go swoosh. We're going to swoosh to the outside first. And we're going to spin her back around is kind of my thought here. And the Kingdom Swoosh! Not really, I can't back that up. I have no royal lineage in any country that may claim that its name is Swoosh. Don't hold me to that. As we saw coming through this last time as I was doing it, it was not easy to squeeze through here, right? Okay, I'm not going to doing it too much. I might make this one a little bit wider so it clogs a little less. Then I'm going to start going there. I think I'm going to widen that one more. Whoops. Just so it's got a little bit more space for the boats to get through, because it was a little tight on that earlier part. I don't want that to be that huge of a hangout. We'll make it a little bit wider. Again, it's important to me that they go on an angle like this, because going on an angle is harder than it is going straight. With the edges of the blocks, you are much, much more likely to snag things. Where's that? Oh, I haven't said this yet today. Hey, thanks for coming by. If you're having a good time, it would be groovy if you would consider clicking the like button. I would appreciate that very much. This way a little bit more. So it's the weekend. Actually, it was Sunday, right? So Sunday's ending. Did anybody do anything cool this weekend? Turtle, if you're still out there, how did your party go, man? remember cast parties. I was never invited, but I remember seeing them. I'm kidding. We normally got to go to them. Teresa did nothing, but that's good though, right? Because you're on vacation now. That's important. Went pretty well. Excellent. Least. Ah, stop it. That should be enough. Excellent. I'm jealous of your vacation. My wife and I were chatting today. Yeah, we do that sometimes, and it was all appropriate, I promise. And it has always been my secret hope to work at a specific, to live in a specific city. I found it a few years ago. Friends and I found it for vacation, and I started going back every year. And I love it there. And I was always like, if nothing else, I'll retire there. Kind of what my thought was. You know what I mean? So if we can make that work anyways, if I could ever retire. Because, you know, at the time I'm working, you know, regular jobs. And there's no jobs in that area that specifically do what I do kind of thing, you know, so that. Oops, there we go. This does not have to be as tall. More than enough height since I'm down at all. Let's see. So anyways, but in the back of my mind, a secret little thought popped in over the last few days. And that thought was, you know what? If I could ever get to a point where the channel was big enough that this was my only job, I could do this anywhere. You know what I mean? As long as I have a good internet connection and space to work, I could feasibly do this in any place I wanted. And that intrigued me. So, we chatted a little bit about that. I appreciate you helping with that, Teresa. If it happens again, I see if I can get it. So I think we both got that one at the same time. Appreciate it though. I'm minimizing the game to do that. It takes a few minutes, so I'll watch it. If you don't snag it, I will. Appreciate the help. Yes, this looks groovy. I'm pleased with what we're doing. Excellent. Whoops, not low enough. That one. This one. Whoops. Crazy with the cheese whiz. All right, got that fixed. So this is going to be a drop. They're actually going to come off and then have to hang a right is the thought process here. In case anybody's wondering what the heck I'm doing. But then I realized I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is where I'm going to switch textures. Forgot I was going to do that, and I went ahead and built all this. So now I'm going to retire this block. We've had enough of that. Now we're going down a little bit. And choose another texture. I would like to say something, I don't know, the blue-green. I was looking for something green originally, because I'm looking at the colors I've already built, and there's a lot of gray, a lot of yellow. Over there's a lot of black. But I don't have a lot of really blue or green yet, so that's kind of where I was thinking with this. And to my mind, it goes well with the water, you know. So, what would I want to use as the next block? Something, Turtle brings up a good point. If it makes it hard to see, then I definitely don't want that. That's for later. I don't want anything glass, because I don't want anybody seeing all the inner workings of the mess that I'm making here. So I definitely don't want to use anything glass. These are too busy, I think. I looked at the blue glazed terracotta, which is nice, but if that texture is too bad, so are those. Or maybe something a little less funky. There's marine bricks, maybe. I'm not going to say I'm using these. I'm grabbing just some different bricks. You know what? Prismarine. I hadn't even thought about prismarine. There might be a prismarine that looks cool. It's no worse than cobblestone, I would think. Let's see. What would look good for this? Cracked bricks might look okay. Then there's our good friend Zag. We could throw some Zag in here. See what Zag's got going on. Let us test. Here's a flat space. Build a couple different ones here. We'll see. Couple things here. See which one we like. That's one thing I like about doing this with you guys. You guys can help me with the colors and stuff. See if there's any other prismarine that might look good. Prismarine. Mosaic? Mosaic might not be bad. Mosaic is a nice, smooth texture. So it would just highlight the outer edge while still looking smooth. Yeah, sure thing. Was it loud? It may be coming through louder, so I apologize. I normally am on top of that. Excuse me. So, of these four, and I put it 4 because that's usually the height that you can see above water at the most. 3 or 4 is what you're going to see. I don't go much higher than that except for in that shoot you in the air room. Al popped into a stream the other day and mentioned that would be good. Don't like the brick one. I think bricks work the best. Wow! Well, that's interesting. Oh, my goodness. So, Ashley likes 1 or 3. So that's Mosaic or Zag. Turtle doesn't like 2. I'm not a big fan of 4. Actually, Turtle is wrong. Not a big fan of 4. I think 4's out of the running automatically. Teresa likes the brick as well. Ooh. Well. Now, that's it. Don't get me wrong. I can use both of these. I could, because I'm going to do different levels. You know what I mean? So I could do one level one level the other. So I could switch from this to this. I could switch for what I'm using. to this, and then from this to this. Wow, people are really divided about the bricks. I don't think we normally have this. This is normally one of those situations where, one person likes something, everybody else likes everything else. But this is a very even split. I love that. The first one is mosaic. The second one is brick. The third one is zag. This fourth one is trash. I'm gonna take that right. I don't like that. And I don't think anybody said that one either. So, Jim hates them all. Jim, I appreciate you jumping in. Oh, my goodness. You guys are awesome. Whoops, wrong button. Sorry, I was getting my York peppermint patties and hit a button. The man has to have York peppermint patties. York peppermint patties and regular Hershey bars with no nuts in them are currently my favorite candy bars. Although I do have a giant bag of peanut butter M&Ms. Well, Teresa makes a good point. I use Zag a lot. I've already used it twice in other Let's Builds. So it might be good to remove Zag. I like it, I do. But I have used that pattern a lot. Here's what I think that I'll use one for one level and the other for the next. Where the hell did I end? Oh, there it is. I lost it. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I'm going back over it. It's actually about the ratio 2-to-1. People like the mosaic the most. So I'm going to start with mosaic, and then the next level we'll look at doing brick. Favorite candy? Well, it's an interesting question. That all depends on what you consider candy. Now, that's a very important question. That says a lot about a person. Talk about that. Licorice is a candy. Would you agree? I believe that licorice would be a candy. I enjoy licorice, but so are things like... Does anybody hear it? Some of you may have not heard of this if you haven't lived in the United States, but there's something here called a Rolo. You find those in the candy bar aisle, but they're not really a candy bar. To me, they would seem more like a pack of candies. But can candies be chocolate? Is Hershey's Kiss a candy? Or is Hershey's Kiss considered chocolate, and chocolate is something separate? These are very important questions I'm asking you. Just saying. You be aware. When I bring up the deep think, we've got to talk about it. Want them to have to go down a ways. I do enjoy Rolos. Rolos are very tasty. No, that might be two. I will say the mosaic does look very well together. On the edges, it does look very good. But for candies, I mean, for example, what is it? Like for me, a candy, when I pick up a candy, I pick up something in a wrapper that I unwrap. A Kraft caramel, what are they called? Rieslings, something like that. Hershey's Kiss would be a candy to me. M&M's fall under candy to me. Skittles, licorice, lollipops. You know what I mean? Neckos. Wow, I don't even know what a Necco is. That one you've blown my mind. I'm not sure what a Necco is. You want to get rid of that because I like the mosaic line. I want that to be seen. Rolos are delicious, and I do enjoy them. Okay. Dropped down just a smidgedoodle. So I said that's as far as I can go, so I guess I do have to do this. Rolos are delicious, though it has been many moons since I've had them. I am a big fan. Oh, this is going to blow your mind. I hate Jaeger. Really enjoy black licorice. Don't judge me. York peppermint patties. Are they a candy bar? Or are they a candy? Interesting. No, thank you for 2 weeks. I love that kind of stuff. Like lollipops and licorice. To me, that falls under candy. A wafer candy. I'm unfamiliar. Unfamiliar. How much room have I got? Ew! Gross! Ew! Banana! Ugh! Ugh! I love bananas. I don't like anything banana flavored. It's rough sauce. Alright, so I think I'm going to do one more drop. But I want it to go in the middle. We're going to do one more drop about the same height. This time, it's going to drop facing that way. Yes, those are a candy bar. A chocolate bar. See, that's the thing. Some people call them chocolate bars, some people call them candy bar. Some people call them chocolate bar and there's no chocolate in it. That throws off my entire mojo. I was like, I want to get a chocolate bar. Cool, what are you getting? A Payday. There's no chocolate in Payday. You are full of lies. Everything you said is a lie. Cannot be trusted. Your Payday that has no chocolate in it. Also, I don't like Payday. Just, maybe I'm a little biased in that situation. That's okay. Airheads are better than Laffy Taffy. I don't like chewy things. I don't like things like taffy or toffee, depending on who you are. Not a fan of that at all. I don't like things that gum up your teeth. You're like, I don't like that. I also don't like things that get stuck in your teeth. One reason why I'm not a fan of popcorn. I never have been a fan of popcorn. I will eat popcorn at the movies. That's just what you do. But I not a fan of it. I don't eat it ever at home. I'm not a popcorn eater at home. Ugh. Stop that. But for candy right now, my opinion of candy, I'm addicted to gummy lifesavers. I love gummy lifesavers. I eat them quite often. They are probably my current favorite candy. A Payday is like, basically it's this bar of chewy nougat, and then they put like this other stuff around it, and then they take it and roll it in peanuts. It's not very good. What, popcorn? It's a texture thing. I love puff corn. You know what puff corn is. If you've ever had like a cheesy poof, like Chester Cheeto poofs, you can get them where they're corn poofs and they taste like buttered popcorn, and those are delicious. But for regular popcorn, I don't like chewing on popcorn, and then you hit a kernel and 5 of your teeth shatter, and then you have to go home and get 2 toothpicks and a pile driver to get all the chunks out of your teeth. So I don't do that jam. All right. Okay. So here we are. Born to be Kings. All right. If anybody can tell me what song that's from and what movie, you will know. You'll get bonus points. That is not what I want. Let me get rid of this stuff before I'm using the wrong thing. I can remember Marine Brox. We'll come back to that. I just got to get it off my bar for now. Here we are. Born to be Kings. One of my favorite theme songs from a movie ever. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do right now. Building, that's the wall so that the water doesn't go any further. I'm going to bring the water to where we are now. I also have to flare lantern this up here. But gummy lifesaver, gummy candies. I love gummy candies. As long as they're not too chewy. Like I like a nice gummy worm, gummy bears. Gummy lifesavers are just my favorite. I know it's so annoying. Also, I love how you say, yeah, I try. About to release their glazed popcorn. Glazed with what? That does not sound good. I do not. The thought of popcorn and Krispy Kreme, or Dunkin', whoever you say, Krispy Kreme, combining in some way does not sound appetizing to me. And I can handle, occasionally, like, what was that? It used to be called Crunch and Munch, which was like the first mass-released caramel corn that you could really get a hold of, at least when I was growing up. I didn't like that. There's chunks in there where you're chewing it, you're like, oh, this is pretty good. And then you just hit a rock. And I don't like that. Popcorn is a booby trap. I like boobies, not the booby traps. So, each their own. All right, so let me get back down here. Build this manually, because the water's messing that up. That'll fall down there. That as well. Here we are. So now they will come to this section and go wee, wee, wee. And then there'll be a lot of weeing. If I hear no weeing, I'm going to kick them out. Donut glaze on popcorn. That's disgusting. I'm going to say it. I know that some of you are going to disagree, and that's okay. I'm fine with you being wrong. I prefer Dunkin' Donuts over Krispy Kreme. Okay? Now, some of you who are in the other countries, understand you may not have some of these. And while I prefer Dunkin' Donuts over Krispy Kreme, Tim Horton takes a big steamy dump on both of them. It is superior. That's a callback out to my Canadian brethren and the folks in the northern United States who are now currently being blessed with the deliciousness that is Tim Hortons. All right, there we go. But yes, I prefer Dunkin'. And again, Dunkin' has more of a cake-style donut. I just happen to prefer those. Okay. So, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That should work. See, we're going to lose a lot of height now. There's going to be a lot of empty void in the middle, which, can't be completely. But we'll deal with it right now. Yeah, I can't do coffee. Coffee's... Did a squid just come through there? It's the first squid I've had, but it's because there's actually a waterfall. I had completely forgot that that's more likely to make a squid spawn. Well, that's another bonus obstacle that I don't have to deal with. I didn't have to plan on there. Come on, click. Click, 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 click. Not you. Click, 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 click. Okay, gummy candies are my currently favorite. Followed by York peppermint patties and or Junior Mints. Fan of both. Let's see. Yeah, on cake. Oh, yeah. Oh, already read that one. Keep it up. Oh, as a other thing, I should probably mention that. Just as an offside, if anybody's wondering why I haven't done any drinking yet today, any drinking will unfortunately have to take place tomorrow. If anyone donates, I definitely appreciate it, and I promise that the drinking will take place tomorrow. But I have a doctor's appointment at 8:45 in the morning. And I don't want to show up with a whole bunch of alcohol in my blood. Sure, he's going to pull some blood. I have a prescription I need filled, but it's one of those, no, we haven't seen you recently enough. Come here so we can check and make sure the dosage is still good. Oh, okay. Make a big room with a gravitational anomaly yet. I have not. No, I have not done that yet. Wait. 5, 6. Now the paths will diverge a little bit. People will have to make a choice, left or right. More D&D streams. I wish I could. I really do. I really enjoy doing the D&D stuff, but with the exception of maybe GTA, it's some of the least watched stuff I have on the channel. But I love doing it, so I do it. I do it every Thursday. We do one. But plus, I'll be honest with you, if I did it more often than that, I might run out of material too quickly. Because we're already getting to a point now where I can foresee the end coming. I've had to start writing new material, which is not a complaint, mind you, at all, even a little bit. I'm excited. I legit thought that I would have been done telling this part of the story 8 months ago. I thought I'd be done within a year, and that was back when we used to do it. What? Every other week? I do yeah, because it was every other week at the beginning. Then I did it 3 out of 4 weeks, and now I do it every week. I still haven't gotten done, so it is very cool. All right, but definitely I try to get more D&D content out there. I definitely would like to try. All right, what am I building? A boat race, an inside internal boat race. It's going to be a Let's Play that I will run folks through in the future. There. If I need to, if squids become a problem, I'll throw some of those dread lamps underneath. That should get rid of those. That's right. Yeah, it was every other Sunday. That's correct. Thank you. Appreciate that. Is 2.5 Clerics part of the main story? No. At the current point, they are completely separate. I haven't done any drinks today, Chef. I'm going to do them because I still owe you some from yesterday, you guys. I have them written down here. I was drunk, but I was sober enough to keep them written down. I'm going to have to do those tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment very early in the morning. By the time I'm done streaming, I'm going to get like 5.5 hours, 6 hours sleep tops before I have to go to the doctor. So being verschnickered would not work out well. I'm just going to make them go on an angle just a smidgeroony. Right. Yeah, but I do have them. They're going to happen. I'm just going to do them tomorrow night instead. Plus, Tuesday morning, I don't have to get up and do anything. That's the day that I'm going to be filming and such, but I don't have to get up super early, so I can stay up a little later and... I can stay up a little later, get a little sillier if I have to, without it affecting too many things. Today, I slept in, but we still had to get up relatively early because, like I said earlier, I had to go to my wife's grandma's house to help her with her stuff, her phone. How far can I make this? I don't want them to touch. That'll work. And ordering your new chair sometime this week. Yes, I mean, I'm going to talk to my doctor about it tomorrow because it is actually a medical thing. Like, my booty hurts a lot, and I never used to have this problem. Even when I've worked a desk job for 14 years now. Even before that, I worked a desk job off and on for 6 years. So there's something more to it than just sitting down all the time. So I do want to check with him. So tomorrow I'm talking to him about sore booty and what was the other thing? The insomnia, which sometimes is slightly connected. I'll wake up with spasms in my booty backside. Like, it's not really, it's really my tailbone, right? So just the back of my tailbone. What days do I not stream? I do not stream on Tuesdays. Tuesday is the only day that I don't stream at all. Sunday, Monday, I only stream at night. And then Wednesday, I stream for 3 hours, take 2 hours off, and then stream for 6 hours. And on Thursday, I stream for 3 hours, take 2 hours off, 3 hours off. And then we have the D&D Merge Worlds Thursday night. Fridays and Saturdays, I have the night stream like this, but I also have the morning stream, which is 11 a.m. to 3. So I stream 3 hours, do my other job, get back on, stream 3.5 more hours. So try to stream as much as possible. If anyone is needing my schedule, I do have a schedule on my website, updated monthly, Onlydraven.com. While you're there, hey, you would be doing me a big old fat favor if you would follow me on Twitter. I have other socials. You can follow me on those too. Twitter would be the big one. I'm definitely trying to work on Twitter. But my cat, I have 3 kitties, and I haven't got to show you Midnight. He's a big old chubby boy, and he doesn't hop up here much like he used to. Why do I have... Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, I want you to go around the corner. All right, this is the next obstacle, and it's basically going to be the same obstacle, but in a slightly different pattern. This was something somebody mentioned the other day during the day stream, and I thought was a very good idea. And we're going to see if I can make it work. Be a test. Let's see. So yeah, as soon as I talk to the doctor, if he has recommendations, what I'm kind of looking for, hey, I need a chair. He may say, yes, you need a chair. This type of chair, this type of cushion, whatever the case may be. I'm sitting on one of those cushions that's got the thing cut out of it for the back. It's supposed to help. Does not help at all. Sitting on 2 different. Do you glass filter blue light? I do not. No, I don't have any type of filter with my stuff. My glasses are prescription, and it's hard to get the filtering lenses and have transitional lenses. And I have to have transitional lenses. Can't wear sunglasses. I can't drive unless I'm wearing these glasses. And so I always have transitionals, which is only a problem when I first walk into the movie theater. I can't see anything for about 10 minutes. They do not transition back very quickly. But yes, because I have transitional lenses, it kind of negates some of that stuff. Or drastically increases the price, which is also means negates. Oh. Okay. Welcome back, Rhino. Oh, I didn't do that. Yeah, that looks more like it. Yes, yes. This pleases me. Okay, I'm tired of the squids. The squids are now bothering me. The only place I've had to worry about squids. Should take care of them. I just have to kill the ones that are in there. Very little swimmy bastards. Look at them all! No! I knew that was going to happen. You jerks. Where you go? You can't escape. No! Hang it. Don't am on strength. Oh, and your friend. And your brother. Now I'm punching holes everywhere. Like drainage. Is that all of them? I thought there was another one. He fled. I should take care of that. All right. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this may have to go further than I thought. Let's see. Okay. Metal Mouth this Friday. Ouch. Yeah, I not a fan of that. Sorry to hear that. All right, let's see if this works. Here, I'm gonna have to build this one out just a smidge so I can run the water to it. I'm gonna just test one side first. If it works, I may extend this. I may make it longer, but I just need to test it right now. Water. Okay. Where's the current? So that one. That's good. Good. Okay, that looks good. Let's see. What are your chances of getting invited to the Let's Play world? Oh, definitely, I'd say they're high. Again, because again, I'll be honest, throw this at you. There are quite a few people who are members who don't play Minecraft. There are some people who are members because of Merged Worlds, or members because they like to play Jackbox. One I point out the most, friend of the channel, Evie, comes to every Jackbox stream we ever have, members one or open community ones. That's why she's a member, because she loves playing Jackbox. So there are people who join up for different reasons. Not all of them are going to be able to play. At the same time, not everybody's going to have a computer that's going to be able to handle it. Not everybody's going to have a microphone. And not everybody's going to be able to show up at whatever time I have to do this. I'm going to have to schedule it a specific day and time, and being able to be there is probably one of the biggest things. So I have a feeling that there's a chance that I may not be able to get enough members, and I'll have to actually reach out outside of members as well, which we'll see. We'll see how that works. Carry on from where we left off. This is where I last play tested it. Now we're going to run a rough test forward and see what we get. And carry on my wayward son. Sorry. Got a little redneck there. Woohoo! Sploosh. Woohoo! Sploosh. Normally they'll go left or right. I choose left. Why? Because that's the only way. Okay, so it doesn't not have an effect on those. That was a concern. That was a concern. The fan is not working. So let's try this. Right. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Test it. Fans do not work. They make you immune to the wind if you're in a boat. That does not make me happy. Boat makes you immune to fans. That kind of ruins that whole thing. That's why I play test these things before I build it all. Really good idea that was thrown out. Fortunately, it just Interesting that the boat makes you immune to fans. I never knew that. I have to rethink this room. There's something else we can use. Fans don't work. What can I use in here that instead would be irritating? Would you recommend a whole bunch of compact chests connected to my simple storage? Filing cabinets, for sure. Definitely go with filing cabinets. If you're hooking up saplings at all, it's not going to be long before you have 1 million wood. That's going to fill all your chests. I always recommend filing cabinets. Well. Can't use fans. What else can I do to deter them? Those look like fans, but not really. I wonder if there's any other fan. Mob fan, but I think that's it. Distance, height, and width. See what this fan does. Redstone symbol. A gnoll. Sounds cool. Blow me. I cannot move forward. Well, also a problem, but... Okay. That fan works. You may be able to salvage this. So no, I'm going to do it, like I said, I'm going to film it with members. And I'm going to edit it and release it as videos. I'm going to start with members. I'm going to film it with a group. I should probably put it that way. It probably sounds better. I'm going to film it with a group, edit it, and release it over several weeks as different Let's Plays. Each one of these Let's Play will be its own individual video. Some of them, like the pyramid, may be so long I put them out as 2 parts. I'm not sure yet. It'll just depend on how long they take and how much editing I have to do on them. After it's all said and done and I've got them all finished, I plan on taking the download and making it publicly available, or anybody can download it and play it themselves. If you got a group of friends, you want to put yourselves together, you got a server, load that up as the backup, and you'll be able to play it yourselves. And then I'll continue building more, and after I film a bunch, I'll release it again with all the new ones in it. So people will have the ability to go and play them themselves or with friends or family whenever they want. Because I'm going to wait till after the videos are up. I will do that. Okay, so the fans are back in play. They are mighty strong. You cannot move against those. Let me try this one more time. Can I move against it? Turn it on. Wow. Oh. Oh, you can turn off the sound too. You can make them ball. Oh, that's even better. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna make this. The pull opens up a whole lot more. And I walk away from it. Pull me in. Suck me into. Okay, now I cannot move forward. I am pulled in and I cannot move. Now let's try this. I cannot move forward. But I can move sideways. All right then. Try this. One, two, three. 3. 3. That's not 3. That's not, that math is not strong. I got in the middle. 1. This one just needs to go over. Here. Technically. Always on. No second. Always on. Sound. Sound. Testing again. This is a work in progress. Work in progress. All right, now. Control the range. 16. Control the speed. Oh, so I can make it weaker. Oh, that may change this again. I want to use these in my mob farm. Oh, these fans? They're mighty juicy. I've never used them before. The fact that I can control the speed, the sound, and the range without any type of upgrade at all. And I can even see the range of it if I want to. Preview rendered. There's no preview. So let's see. Let's see where it was real quick. I have it always on. Always on. I have a thunk. I have a thunk, and I'm gonna think it. We're gonna see if this works. There is 3, 4. All right, Rhino. Have yourself a good one, man. We will catch you later. All these 4. In fact, you control the strength too. One's probably not important, but we'll do it anyways. I can't test it right now anyways, but drunk, yes. Usually once or twice a month. once or twice a month the community decides to mess with me. And we have a day like the other day where a bunch of donations come in at once. So. Well, not necessarily. Like, I owe a bunch of shots, but I could knock all those out in the first hour or two. There'll be no more donations, and then we're done, you know? This one's not on. Oops. This one's on. Okay. That one's still on push. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to change all those to pull, and then put a few facing the other direction, push, and you got to find your way through. Let's see. We do these ones as pull. So they're used to it being pulled. Then they get halfway through and it switches to push. I love it. Hello, Zachary. Good day, good day. Those 2 are pull. 4 pull. Then we go to push. To throw things off. Well, we were glad to have you, Wyatt. Thank you for coming by. I'm going to pull these out because I may still put some obstacles in there. But instead of putting, I'm not sure yet about the fans. We're going to test it. I've got them going 4 and 4, so they should relatively work. What would you do if Mr. Beast joined one of your channels? People ask me that. I have absolutely no idea who that is. I feel so bad about that because it sounds like a very nice person. Now they're pushing me around. Okay, that could work. Bye, Wyatt. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but his name has popped up a few times recently. Okay, so it's pull, can go sideways. Gives money to strangers. Well, then he does sound like a nice guy. All right, so I want pull. Yeah, that's gonna work. On, down, push. Or I gotta bump these up to 5. This one. Pull. Push. Pull. Push. Pull. Test a couple things here. Wow, that sounds like a pretty awesome person. Kudos to them. It's a pretty wonderful thing to do. That's awesome. I mean, just the fundraising and all that stuff. That's pretty boss. All right, so I like the fan idea. I like this. I don't like these fans though. I want to go back to my original concept, which was you have to go against them. Since I can make them weaker, I think that's going to work. First come out. There. Wait. No, I come back one more. I gotta leave room so that the boat can get actually in there. There has to be a 2 space for a boat to get in. And there. Kind of back to the original idea now. So I'd like to make this. Also sponsored by Honey. Oh, that's awesome. Honey's a pretty great company. I use them just personally myself. I like them quite a bit. Push. I'm going to give it a 4. Bring the speed down to 4. Mute it, turn it on all the time. 4 and 4. Oh, hush, I turned you down. Let's see. How many members are watching this right now? Oh, goodness, I couldn't tell you. It doesn't tell me it just shows me how many people are watching in general. It doesn't tell me whether they're a member or not. I know this part's probably been a little bit boring. I apologize for that. Again, that's the whole playtesting part. Building something and finding if it works or not. That one. And the mute on first. It's not going to work. Oh, that's a 5. No, stop your cheating. 4. There we are. One spinning, they are. First one may have to be bumped back to 3. Maybe a little close for 4. Yeah, I can't get through. Okay. All right. Change. 3, 3. I even get through here? Yes. Okay. So that slowed me a bit. It didn't shut the whole race down for 5 minutes, but I did have to struggle with it a little bit. I'm okay with that. Well, that probably isn't going to help you, to be honest with you, Bragg, because I don't know what day I'm going to be doing it yet. So if I do it a different day of the week, the amount of members that come to those streams may be very different than the amount of members I have coming to this one. I mean, there's really no way to know. And just because the member's watching doesn't mean they want to participate. Or there may be somebody who will alter their schedule to be able to come. So it's really not really a way to foretell ahead of time until I know what day it's going to be. And I don't expect it to be till at least July. Until I know what day it's going to be, I doubt we'll see any specifics. Because I want to have several of these built. Because again, I want to film a bunch of them. You know, that's part of the... I want to film a bunch in one time, so I have a lot of material filmed that I can edit and so on and so forth. Plus, again, getting everybody together, you know, different day for every Let's Play would just be possible. If I can get a group of people, I want to use them as much as I can. That's not where that goes. Whoops. Is that right? Nope, it's 2 in. Okay. All over the place. But after I get these all built, I'm still going to get probably grab some members and then bring them in here, and then we'll play test it. I want to make sure it works. So, while it works cool, fine with me just sitting here doing it, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work when everybody else does it. These, can't decide if I want to leave them on all the time or not. Like, I don't feel that I do. Again, for the same issue, I guess it'd be best to go ahead and put a lever on them. So I can come around and turn everything on at once. You know what? I should put the levers on the top, so that way they're less likely to be a hindrance that they could run into. That would make way more sense. Or there's nothing, you know, over the water that could be any type of thing they'll bump into. They're also less likely to accidentally break them. What we got here? Hey, Terry, what's up, man? Great and on vacation. She's hurting me. She's rubbing it in. I love it. Oh, wow. That's a whole nother set of possibilities, isn't it? That's something I'm going to have to think on. I already have in my mind 2 other Let's Plays and a potential third. So I'm at a spot where I kind of know what I need to build. I just got to get in and build it all. Whoops, missed. All right. I don't need to turn these ones on. I just have to get them going. Whereas redstone, I just have to turn everything down to 4. This first one is 3 instead of 4. The only difference with these first 2. Every other one is 4 and 4. Oh, and I should turn the mute off yet. Slime farm? Yeah, definitely turned into one, didn't it? Unintended slime farm. Again, that's not going to stay there. I'm going to get rid of that down the road. So, That will not be there permanently. That's, again, it's more, I kind of consider it scaffolding. It's me just framing out my work area so I stay within the building constraints I've set for myself. I don't want to build one Let's Play that's all you can see, you know what I mean? If I'm going to build one that's super huge, I'm going to build it out of visual range of the Welcome Center. I will teleport to. That way it's not the only thing you see when you come in. One thing I know I'm going to do, as I'm planning on doing, is I'm going to build a carnival. And it won't be as much a Let's Play as a, just, it's a just play would probably be the best. The just plays. Not much competitive, but it should hopefully be something fun that people... I forgot to mute. 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 One's muted. That one. All right. Wow. A lot of stuff going on there. All right. Groovy. I got to build... I guess I can fill it with water, then build the roof. That. Got all of them? Nope. That. Okay. No current? No. Okay, good. That's good. That's good. So that's ready to go. I just got to build the roof on it. We are golden. Whoops. Finger slip. Got that. Appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me today. I know Sunday's sometimes a family day for many folks. So I appreciate you deciding to spend some of it with your old pal Draven. Old man Draven. Probably a song about. Oops. Nudge. All right. So that works. I'll be interested to see if everybody goes the same way, if people split up and go different ways. It will be groovy. Very groovy. So I'm going to get to a point of this where I have to build it off camera, because seeing it would give a very unfair advantage to someone in the Let's Play. So there is a spot where I will not be showing you some of what I'm building. When it's all said and done, you can still watch me get when I'm past that point, and still got to build something all around this thing. Can't just leave it sitting like this. Look at this. This is hideous. That is atrocious. I can't leave that sitting there. Look how ugly that is. I mean, inside it looks cool, but outside it's atrocious. Oh, I should light this up. Shouldn't really need lights. I think any monsters are going to spawn in the water, but, be on the safe side. Oh, yeah, that'll keep them from spawning on the roof, so I guess that is useful. All right. So I can come this far. Trying to decide if I want to bring them back together or have another obstacle before I do. I also want to test something real quick. I wanted. Oh, would you look at that? That fan blows through the water. That opens up a possibility I've never, ever had before. Which means I could technically make the water race go up. Because if you came against a wall that was a certain height, and there was a wall there and the water was on the other side of it, but you shot in the fan and then pushed forward, landing on the other side of that little wall, you then continue on the water. Look at that thing. That's just going back and forth forever. I would definitely have to turn down the height a little bit. That is... actually, it kind of looks cool from underneath. It's like a spaceship in Star Wars or something. Star Wars spaceships never made any sense in their design. Well. It opens so many more possibilities. Not just for this Let's Play, but others. I have an idea. Excellent. We'll call this Draven does something stupid. Now I have a hole there after all. Bug me. That's also going to bug me. Hold on. No way in the world. I can leave that not being cobblestone. Okay. Can't play Minecraft? Excellent. She's like, I can't do it, so yes. Hurt them. Hurt them more. Excellent. So let's look in here. I had some ideas for some other obstacles. I'm glad we found that other fan. I have a couple ideas. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use next. I was trying... at one point, I thought about using mob blocks. But mob blocks won't let the... You know, I've never made a block of crystalline before. That looks very pretty. Crystalline. Sorry, I've never used that before. That could be a very, very pretty building material. Crystal. I don't think I've seen that either, so we'll grab that. What is it called? Crystal... Crystal teen. Whoops. I'm back. Sorry. It's a pretty block. It's like a lighter diamond with a little shadow in the corner. I kind of like that. Find a use for that. Oh, that's a crystal smashing thing. I like that. Okay, sorry. I see something new. I want to look at it. See what I can do with it. Okay. So we were looking at options to ruin their lives. So we just did the fans. Fans have already been done. I've already used pistons twice. Kind of don't want to use a whole lot of more pistons. I would say I won't use them at all, but I want to use them this soon. Maybe closer to the end. Part of the issue is I can't build anything that could kill them. Because then they got to start all the way back at the beginning again. And then why even bother racing? You know what I mean? So I want them to be irritating, but I can't do anything that's going to kill them. Ugh! Again, my own limitations ruining things for me. Raven. No, it won't fit. Crap. I had an idea for a second there and it won't work. I had another cool idea for a Let's Play, but it won't work, sadly. The portals that we've been using here, the teleporters lately, they don't work when they're sideways. They have to be up and down. Sadly, so that ruined the whole Let's Play I was going to. That was actually what I was going to build next, and then it didn't work. Look at that little worm doing the dance. First, I thought about having some, like, netherrack with fire on top, and you had to navigate between it, but then again, they take enough damage, they die, they're all the way back to the beginning. There are no checkpoints in this one. So here's a question. Those of you other Minecraft players out there, there's one or two of you. I need something that will immediately plunge them into darkness. But I don't know how to do that. I need a way for them to move into an area in their boat where it is completely dark. That's why I was going to try to use the mob blocks. Mob blocks will block light and you can pass through them. But the boat does not. And that's what's kind of hurt me on one of the things I was going to do. All right, Nutter Butter. Oh, no, I promise we will definitely do those tomorrow. I'll probably do them really early, too. So tomorrow night's stream starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably start popping them within the first 30 minutes. So if I didn't have this doctor sing in the morning, they'd been done already, I promise. Oh. Got an idea. I've heard a strange sound. The sound of someone getting ice cream. Ah, yep. There's some kind of villain getting ice cream. Now the villain's giving me dirty looks. Who would have ever imagined? Oh, now I'm getting heavy sighs as well. It's a whole combination. You have no idea what I'm going for. Sorry, messing with my wife. Adult in the morning. I don't agree or approve of that, Ashley. I'm gonna have to have you reschedule your adulting, please. This could be what I'm looking for. They could feasibly come up on their boat, hit it, and then go into the dark area. Oh, no problem, Cameron. Congrats on your first job. Look, I'm not going to ask where you work specifically, because that's personal information. Can I ask what type of job it is? Restaurant, you know what I mean? Office, a factory. Just wondering. I think this would work. Because this should not let light through. I don't believe light goes through this. I don't have a place to test that, but, you know, I'm pretty sure. So, car wash. You know, I almost said, is it a car wash? I really almost said that. I almost had, my first job was almost a car wash. I was actually thinking about applying at the one that needed help way back in the old country in Canada. First job in another company. I mean, I had a paper route and stuff before, but I'm not really going to count that. But then I got offered a job at a Pizza Hut that my dad was working at part-time, and I love pizza. Raven, we would have never guessed that. There is, but then I'd have to ask them all to drink it at the same time, and I technically won't know if they did because I can't see it from their point of view. You know? Yes. Even though there's a space in the water, I just died. Even though there's a space in the water, the boat will still go through. If I hit the door, Go on through. Excellent. That's going to work. That is going to work. I love it. So happy. You have to hold shift to break these blocks. If you don't, they won't break. They'll just disappear when you hit them. Oh, you know what? Main mind that. I realize I don't have a Paxil on me. Break it manually real quick. Splash type. Now, unfortunately, it looks like longest is 3 minutes. The only problem with that is, if I make it a short one, they may get their vision back before they get done this section. If I make it a long one, they get through this section, then they don't have any vision for however long they have to wait. I think I'd be a little nervous using something with a time list like that. Not a bad idea by any means, but that would be my concern. I don't want them to lose vision for a whole 3 minutes if it's only going to take 15 seconds to get through the thing. Cameron, you're asking an incredibly good and yet difficult question to answer. Because I want to say it's 24 connectors. I believe it has to have 24 connectors to count as a 24 size. The outside itself almost has nothing to do with it. It's the 24 connectors going off each side that dictate how big the actual thing is. Because we've run into that before. When I was doing it myself oh God, that was a while ago. I think it was the Prestige run was the last time we tried to actually build that. Okay, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have one more obstacle, then I can do the dark room. Because the dark room, they're going to have to kind of enter it at a specific point. Together, kind of thing. I want one small entrance to get into the dark area, so there's less light that will come through in the meantime. So we need another obstacle first. Was it I don't remember. I don't think I built the fusion reactor in the Project E. I think I was disgusted by it. I don't remember doing any reactor. No, I wouldn't have been the Project E run, because the Project E is one of those things that I reference regularly, that I built the entire world and ran it all off of 4 geothermals. As we stand now, with the Let's Play with the other series, the Project E one, when the day finally comes that I'm ready to move on from that world, if there's not another Sky Factory out at that point, I have a feeling that I will end up doing a Prestige run again. A lot of people have asked for it, and I kind of usually just direct them towards the old one. But the more I've thought about that, I'm like, the old one's... I had the old computer, and it did not work real well. Will it still work if I do 24 and max size 23? I'll be honest, Cameron, I don't know. I remember I built it 3 times, having to make it bigger and smaller until I finally got the size right. Bigger, anyways. I don't think I had to make it smaller. That was definitely an issue. The halfway point. You know what? I'm going to start bringing that in narrower before that. You know, I could have left. So, in... in Oops. Startled myself. I didn't know what the hell was above my head. All my last mess. Okay. That narrows that down a bit. Because again, if they do split up, if we do end up doing 2 runs of 6, 3 on each side, 3 on each side, you know. That's if they even split that way. Okay, that's a good space. I did 3. Wow. I lined that up for nothing. So, for this obstacle, I may make it kind of like the earlier one where there's just stuff coming up out of there because I can't. Well, hello, Mr. Midnight. I don't see you this late normally. How you doing, buddy? I can't think of a specific obstacle that I want to put here. Hey, Bubby. I see you, boy. He's been very cryy today. Very squeaky. Normally he's not. He's the quietest of the 3 cats. Today he's been under my feet all day crying and squeaking. His problem is, got food, he's got water, got lots of pets. I think he's just being whiny. Cat. Yes, you're a whiny cat. I just told everybody. What do you think of that business? Now everybody knows you're a whiny cat. Probably wants snacks, but it's way too early. Okay. That's good. That's good. We've narrowed that down. So, I'll do it one. First, I thought about having arrows shooting out that they had to go through. But again, that could kill them, and then they're back at the beginning again. There's no way to build a checkpoint. Sadly. That'd be cool. A checkpoint would be cool. Inhibitor. I got that I can use here. Oh, there's an idea. There's an idea. I know, I'm very excited by it. If I go that idea, don't know if it'll work. Figure something out real quick. Whoops. I was thinking there might be some drag or pull to go through that. There does not appear to be. All right, I'm going to use something I was going to save for later, but that's all right. We can still make it work. Yeah, we can still make that work. Absolutely not at all. I don't experience any hangover symptoms when I drink. As long as I get a decent night's sleep. I slept for... Actually, when I got done last night, I gave the cats their treats. I shut everything down. Didn't call my wife. Normally I call my wife for help, but I wasn't that bad last night. Then I went to my bedroom, and I laid down in bed, and I have a stick with this little woolly string on it that I play with the cats at night. Play with them for about 15, 20 minutes. All the cats... I have 2 of them, so I got 3 cats chasing them all around over my floor. It's cute as hell. I would film it, but I'm using 2 hands. While jamming to some Nickelback. So I was doing that, and I'm like, look at this photograph. I mean, yeah. And I was singing along. Fortunately, I didn't wake anyone upstairs. And then I went to sleep. So, yes, I had a little Nickelback evening last evening, which I like some Nickelback. That's my jam. Well, now that I realize I guess I don't need that here. Already extended it. Okay. I have an idea. But I'm afraid that that's going to be wide enough now. I've narrowed it. Ooh. Do this. Instead of tucking that in, I can bring it this way one more. That's an extra on each side. Right? Extra on each side. So, yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Lucky woman? Oh, well, if it helps, she has a separate bedroom. We've always had separate rooms. It's just preferred that way. I lived alone for a very long time before I met her. She lived alone for a very long time before she met me. And we both got used to just having our own space. Plus, my sleep schedule, since we started dating, has always been very, very different. For the first multiple years we dated, I worked third shift. So I slept during the day when she was up anyways. So having separate rooms just made sense. So that way we're not waking each other up or anything like that. So, my room is down here in the basement where all my rest of my stuff is. And her room and her mom's room are upstairs on the opposite end of the house. One in the wall, one in the wall. Yeah, that's wide enough. That'll work. So yeah, when I play with the cats at night or I'm jamming some Nickelback, nobody hears that. Well, again, like I said, our sleep schedule is very, very different. That's awake time. Not sleeping then. You can go whichever room you like when it comes to that kind of stuff. Sleep badly, I don't share beds well. Understandable. Like I said, before I met my wife, I was basically single. I should say on and off. I lived alone for 10 years. I dated people during that time, spend the night and such, but I lived alone. They never spent more than a night or two at a time. When my ex-wife and I split, I didn't live with anyone I was in a relationship with until I met my wife. And there was more than 10 years between that. Okay. But here's what I'm thinking in this room. This may not work. It may not work. I may be completely off my rocker. We're going to play test just a smidgen of it. So my thought process is, by not filling it completely and creating currents, does that make it harder to maneuver? It really doesn't. That's not really an obstacle. Dang it. Some of the things I wanted to do, now that I'm playtesting them, they don't work. I'm glad we got the fans to work. But I'm at a spot where the only obstacle I could think of is literally just making it like barricade. Barricade. I was worrying about using spikes. Because spikes could kill them. And I don't want that to happen. We've talked about that. I don't want them to die. But spikes might break their boat and not hurt them. Spikes don't hurt me at all. Spikes don't hurt me at all. Okay? Okay. They don't break the boat either. I need redstone first. There it is. Oh, gosh. Worm. My God. That does to a boat. Well, I missed it, so it didn't help. Nope, I just go right through. Boats make you immune to everything. Hush, Bubby. Come on now, stop that. Being a turd. Okay, that didn't work either. So, I'm trying to think of something that would break the boat, but not hurt them. Because I can always tell them, I could give them a stack of boats to begin with. All right, let's try this then. I'm going to grab that because it's called interweb, and I think that's cool. Oh, you can't put interweb down. Okay, well. So much for that idea. Can be used to remove curses. Well, I guess we'll just use regular web. Okay, I can pass through that just fine. Can't pass through that. Oh, that's all right, Joe. I could give you a brief aside here. I'm building a boat race. So this is all a boat race. They'll start up here, go on in, and the whole thing is just different obstacles and things to go through. I've got about 45 minutes left in the stream, 50 minutes. When I get close to the end, I'll go back to the beginning and just run through the whole thing. Some of these things require redstone things to turn them on. I'm not going to turn them all on. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't see you under my feet still. But I'll at least go through so people can see what it looks like. Not everybody was here for that, for sure. Oh, I was wondering why he didn't hear noise all of a sudden. It must be close to that sound muffler up top. Oh, you know what I could do? I'll do the whole top of it, because the top of it you don't get stuck on. Only the under part. And I'll bring it down multiple areas, and they've got to find the path through. That seems evil to me. I'm a big fan of that. You know, evil. Find something you're good at. Be the best that you can be, honey. Anything that you want to be. So they're going to get hit. There's no way they're not going to get hit by some of this. I want it so it's a slow down irritant. I got stuck. Going to creative there. Back up out of the water. Feeding through gently. I want them still to get through. There'll be a path. I want them to get hit at least a couple of times. Second. Oh, auto jumps off. I'm still auto jumping. It bugs the heck out of me. What do you guys think about that? It's not huge. I can make it longer too. This is just to start up. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming through. Trying to get through the... I didn't make it through there. Ooh, now I'm trying to get through this one. Yeah, I like that. Oh, now I'm stuck. Luckily, as soon as you fly, you... I think I will extend that and make it longer, though. Maybe I can put a little bit more space between them if they have further distance to go. I think that will work nicely. I'm going to bring the two paths together after that. Back to one track again. Is going to change again in the future, but it's going to be... That looks like long enough for that, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. That doubled the size. Notch in there. Don't want to make the call. Oh, well, no, that I understand that, man. I've had to make that call. Why will they not let me in? I'm chunky, but I know I fit through there. Oh, my fuck. I hear you, Bubby. Not having any snacks yet. You hold the heck on there. On a diet, he doesn't like it. Going full Garfield on. Okay. That's up on the other edge. One on that side. There. There. There we go. That looks all right. Okay with that. Yeah, they're not going to be identical. The one on the other side, same idea, but there's no way I'm going to make all these all identical. Hello, ATC. Good day. Probably should have filled this with water first now that. Huh. I'm sticking to my own trap. Let go of me. I need to fill it with water. Light gray dye. Yeah. There are a lot of flowers that automatically provide it. That's usually the easiest way. Your light gray dye, white tulips, oxidized daisies will work. You can also use bone meal and ink sacks. Those are probably early game, the easiest to do. You can get yourself some ink sacks and some bone meal from your bone tree. And that will make you light gray if you mix those together. But if you're growing... Thank you, ATC. But if you're growing a lot of flowers already for other things, you've got some grass down, maybe trying to get some animals, there's a good chance that you'll get some of the white flowers. And oddly enough, the white flowers give light gray, not white dye. There's no white dye specifically. So I would try just, if you have grass blocks down, throw some bone meal on it, see if we can get some white flowers. If you don't, then at that point, I'd put down some water in a little area, get yourself some squids spawning 30 blocks away from your spawn point. Get some squids dropping, and then you can just kill them for the ink sacks and mix it with your bone meal. That's easiest routes that I know of. Early game, mind you. Early game. Does the pulverized coal work? It does, yes. I mean, if you're far enough that you have a pulverized... I mean, you can use a squeezer, but that's still the flowers. You'll get more out of a flower if you do it that way. Mechanical squeezer is the exact same thing. You can also put flowers on a grindstone, but at that point, you might as well just put them in your crafting table. Pulverized coal. Let's see. Yeah, you could put coal in a squeezer and jump on that if you would rather do that than ink sacks. That would work for you. Ah, I knew it. So on the other side, I know I need to put down the spider webs. Okay. Another web over there. Okay. Now I should be able to fly. All right. All right. Grindstone. Grindstone should work for you, sure. Further. There we go. Just dawns on me I never filled out the rest of that over there. I gotta do that too. Whoops. Still have nickelback on my mind. Still jam into some nickel. Not a complaint. Not a good sign. Always intrigues me when people slam on bands like, oh, they're a horrible band. Well, you know, they're one of the top grossing bands of all time, so the numbers would imply you're wrong. Because good and bad when it comes to music is purely subjective. There's no such thing as good music or bad music. Just music. What you like and what you don't like, and it's all opinion. You want to go by the easiest definition of what is in fact good and what is bad, then the more people like something, usually means that would be popularly be considered good. Get other thoughts. I read the chat. Not really. The vet appointment is for my bunny. Oh, Jonas, I'm very sorry to hear that. I can say that I understand. Just a couple of years ago, put in perspective, my wife and I had 2 guinea pigs, and one of them got very sick very quickly. And we took them into the vet. They're like, it's not going to happen. Definitely not at all something anyone wants. Olivia Rodrigo. Well, I don't know who that is, but again, I would say I would have to look at how much they've sold and how many people like that person. Mathematically, that would make them good. Now, don't get me wrong. Doesn't make them a good person. Horrible people can make good music. Or good people could probably make horrible music. Mathematically speaking. Why is that? It's one of mine. I had him since he's a baby. It definitely does. I mean, as much as it sucks, it shows how much you care about him. Didn't. It's a big deal. So, I mean, when you look at it from a perspective of, clearly you care for the animal very, very much. It means he's probably had a pretty awesome life, the life that he's had. Animals, much like some people, animals unfortunately don't live as long as others. Quality of the life that you gave them, that really, really matters. Not only that, the quality of how they affected your life. Terry says, you are in creative, they won't hurt you. What won't hurt you? The cobwebs, they do. They don't hurt you if you're flying, but as soon as you touch the ground, they hurt you again. I kept getting stuck in them just a minute ago. When I fly back up in the air again, I stop, but the problem is... Sir, this is me walking through it right now. Creative does not make you immune to spider webs. Come on. I'm out finally. Okay. There you go. That's the best way to do it then. Whoops. Oops. Missed one in there somewhere. There we go. Okay, so those are down. Now I have to put down the cactus and try not to get stuck in it. And come backwards this time. There, there, middle, there, one against the wall, another against 2 middles beside each other there. That one, that one. That, this, that. Oops. Realize no way in and out of this place. I should probably put a door occasionally. That did not cross my mind till this very moment. Just in case something happens and I have to go in there. All right, there we are. So that's done. Whole fridge full of... Wow, that's a lot of parsley. Well, there you go then. And don't get me wrong, the loss is not easy. I'm going to be honest, this path over here is easier. And I'm okay with that. Because again, random who picks it. I'm not picking it. I'm not showing favorites. It's purely random which one you pick. Got tooth problems. Our guinea pig had tooth problems. Well, the other guinea pig, we had to go in and he'd have to have his teeth. At one point it had broken, I guess, on the cage, and you can't tell until you pry his mouth. Hello, Patches. Hey, sweetie, we were just talking about pets. And it had grown crooked, so we had to go in and almost every 3 months they'd have to go in and put him unconscious and shave his teeth, and he was on special medication. That guy had a rough the last little bit of his life. Just we tried to make him as best as he could, of course. Sometimes these things. All right, so we got that. The chunk of speed. Now I'm going to do just some, combine them together, do some twistedly turnlies, and then I'm going to do my dark room. So what do I get rid of the spikes, get rid of the fan, get rid of the redstone on the door. Clean up some of the stuff I'm not using. I'll bring this out by about 3 spaces. Then I'm going to start to turn it together. Kind of my thought here. 3. Outside. 3. Side is 2 straight. Plenty of wide for them. Oh, that's right. This in. Sorry, I know sometimes I get quiet when I'm doing a think. I apologize for my silence. Yeah. Most delicious. Pretty dang good, I'll be honest with you. Be as creative as possible. I try. So, infinite water block is good. I use them all the time. I very much enjoy the infinite water block. I feel that it's a very useful block to have, especially if you have machines that need water. I mean, early in the game, use a regular infinite water source, but the second you can make an infinite water block, do so. Because there are a lot of machines you may want to automate or you may want to use that need a water source, and it's just way easier to hook those up than it is to try to connect a pipe to an actual regular water source. Chunk of stuff. All right. Definitely going to be using all the space I thought I was going to, which is okay. This is going to be, like I said, end up being slightly smaller than I expected it to be. Not smaller, I should say that. It's not going to take as much width to build. I thought it was going to end up being way wider, but I've done a lot more twisting and turning together than I thought I would. I thought it would be much more straightaways, but as I got building it, I really liked making it more twisty. So I've got a lot of things in a very small amount of space. So my goal is at the very, very bottom of this thing to get them to be one big spiral race. The first one to get to the middle. And it's not going to be obstacles or hard. It's just going to be a decent space, but it's just going to be a Or I may put just a couple little pillars occasionally in there, but the last part's meant to be more about racing. So we'll see. At times, I wish I'd have done that at the top and then made the obstacles at the bottom. There's no way I'm rebuilding all of them. So, you know what? You know what? Now that I think about it, it might actually be good to put that in the middle. And then the very middle, you fall down and get to the bottom level where I could do some different stuff. I like that better. We're going to do that. Cameron said, I'm not positive, but the reason you might be getting a lot of thunderstorms, you don't sleep. I think in Minecraft for the Phantom updates, these thunderstorms. Oh, that could be very possible. I honestly don't know. I rarely sleep in Sky Factory, especially if I'm in creative, so that would make sense. Would make sense. All right. So now I'm bringing this a straight ways a little bit. This is just going to be a kind of a spot for people to maybe catch up a little bit, catch their breath from all of the different difficult things I've thrown at them. I'm going to put a few pillars in the water in here, just a couple little ones, just something to have to go around them a little bit, but nothing that's really going to slow them down. Spider webs are going to be a great opportunity for people who've fallen behind to catch up. If they do well in the webs and somebody in front doesn't, they may catch up, especially if somebody behind happens to take the easier path. That's something as well. That's as far as I'm going to take that. And we're going to do a hook. Okay. Bring the water this far, close it up. A couple little pillars in it. Let's see. There, just a pinch point. Actually, we'll just do a couple of those pinch points. So if there are people here, they may be competing. You know what I mean? Ah ha ha. I'll do that. That makes me happy. Makes me very happy. I'm very happy with me. Everything? Yes, no current. Close it up. All right. Like I said, some Let's Plays take way longer to build than others. The pyramid took me, a couple weeks to get that done. And I'll be honest, I put a lot of outside the stream time into that one. The Headhunter one, I did almost everything in stream. And we knocked it out in just a couple. So it was actually a pretty easy one to put together. But, I'm building a big giant box. You know what I mean? It's not that confusing. Adding all the little flares like the mob spawners and animal spawners and making all the different beds and that kind of stuff. That was more time consuming than anything else. Enchanting all the weapons and all the gear. Because there are a lot of enchants on a lot of the stuff that I give people in that Let's Play. The weapon has 3 enchants on it. All the clothing has 2 enchants on it. It's Unbreaking and Soulbound is on everything. And then the swords had looting too. And then all the clothing had to be dyed individually colored, so that also took a while. I don't like that one. Too tall. A little something. Add a little splash of color to what they're going through here. Second. This. Tutorials. Hey, I'm happy they helped out. Yeah, tutorials are my bread and butter. I mean, by that I mean they're my favorite thing to do, and I also really enjoy bread and butter. I use that example a lot, but I really do enjoy bread and butter. But thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy helping folks out. One thing I like about these streams is I get to answer questions in real time, talk to the community. Sometimes they'll have a good idea but don't know how to make it work. Figure it out together. That is all awesome sauce. Now I just got to play test this last little bit just to make sure I can fit through there. Play test everything, right? Paul! Good day, my man. What's going on, brother? Through here? Through here? Yeah. Okay. Not super hard, but enough to do a thing. Oh, wait. Got that. I was going to put a gold one there. Excellent. That is very doable. The spikes. 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 I'm not sure what you mean by the spikes, Terry. I apologize. I'm not looking at any spikes. Sorry. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I haven't decided yet. Probably won't be until July, or at the earliest, the very end of June. Because again, I want to have 4 or 5 full Let's Plays built. So I can, when I do get a group together, I want to use them as much as I can. I want to film a bunch of different stuff. It's not going to be easy getting 12 people available at the same time with computers that can handle all this and have microphones and aren't turds. So I have to get all those people together, and I'm going to use it as much as possible. So then, but before that, I've got to get them all built. I'm probably going to bring in 1 or 2 moderators just to help run through some of these things so I can get an idea of what it's like to film them and have them actually play through it. Just as a test, so I can kind of get a feel for how each one's going to run. Plus get an idea of maybe how long each one's going to last, you know? Because that's another big thing too. I want to make sure if I'm telling people I need them for this amount of time, I have enough time to do all the stuff I want to do, you know? So getting an idea of how long each one's actually going to take, I'll have to have all that information and make sure that everything's play tested and everything works. So I'm play testing it just me now, but bringing in other people that I can watch and see that it works is going to make it, like I said, a little bit more challenging. What else? What else? Oh yeah, so I'm done with this. Now we can start working to our blind box. Yes, sir. But the boat isn't. The boat is still going to be broken the same way. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to see if it would break the boat but not hurt them. But since it wouldn't break the boat, it didn't make a difference. Sadly. Because that's what I was trying to find out. See if I could break the boat, but the boat's immune to them as well. Used to be boats would break on everything. Then they fixed it. It used to break on lily pads all the time. But some lily pads people have to go around could be fun at one point. All right, so I need to spin this now. I need just how far am I going to spin it? I need to do, for all intents and purposes, I need to do an airlock. So, for what I'm looking to do here next, I need to do an airlock. I brought the height down considerably. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring it back up after the airlock. I have it tight because I want it to be for the web and for the airlock. So, what's my number length now? Never seen the number on my die. It once you hit blue, it actually stays 12 until you hit 2 years. Because it only lets me have a certain amount of them. Because I would have loved to have a 16-month, 18-month, things like that. But YouTube, I could only have, I think it was 6 or 7 total. So there's that kind of thing. Give me a second, though. I can tell you what you're at. And tell you what you're at. It does tell me that. Pull up the members list. Pull up the list of everybody. Yes, we are currently sitting at 93, so we lost 1 member, by the way. All right, total time as a member. Let's see. Neon and James are at 18 months. Oh, 18 months, technically. They're 6 months away from the 2 year. And Paul, you're at 17 months. So you're about to be at 18 months. Doesn't tell me the exact days, but I know you were like right after them. There's 2 people at 18 months right now and 2 people at 17 months. Paul is 17, and then one of my best friends from high school, a guy named Scott. For those of you who like the D&D stuff, Scott was Rafe Fireman. All this started because of Scott. Yeah, you're 1 year for sure. Once you roll over the 1 year, it doesn't change again until you hit Supremium, which is 24 months. I'm hoping down the road, I believe that I can unlock more. But I mean, you have to be up like in like 100,000 before they start giving you more stuff than that, which is understandable. I mean, to get people at a 3 and a 4 year mark, I think it's safe to assume you're probably going to have a channel around that size, for people to have that many people kind of thing. Because you can't even have that until you've reached 1,000. You've reached partners, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of video watch time within the previous 12 months. Those are the 2 big requirements. All right. So here's where this is going to stop. This is where our airlock is going to be. So I'm going to put the airlock down. I'm going to use the dark one because I like it better. No, that's too tall. There's our airlock. That should let them get through into the first space. Then they're going to go ahead a little bit. There'll be a second one. That's where they're going to get into an area that technically should be super dark. I'm not going to have any light in there, which means I have to keep all the flare lanterns away. I'm going to have to throw torches across the ceiling so mobs don't spawn on top. The thought processing. I'm going to make the airlock that big. I want to have time for the door to close behind them before they hopefully get to the next door. Yes, sir, Paul. Said, and so you technically at your next renewal, you'll be at 18 months. So sometime this month, when your month renews, you'll be at 18 months. So you're at actually 17 end days on top of that. To give you a bit more of a specific number there. Okay, that should be good. Diamond sapling, that's a big one. Makes a big difference. So then this one again. Yes. You know what I'm going to do after I'm done streaming tonight before I go to bed? I'm going to listen to a little bit more Nickelback. That's how I roll. I want to say it was a month or so ago I went through a Matchbox 20 kick. Huge Matchbox 20 fan. I always have been. Since their album first came out, man. They're one of the first concerts I ever went to. Love Matchbox. I just recently did a bunch of reading on Rob Thomas, and I didn't realize that while the dude writes, I knew he wrote all of his songs. They write all their own stuff. But the dude is like big time famous in the music industry, and he writes songs for everybody. Like he does a lot of songwriting. And I did not know that, and I think that's pretty cool. Like he's actually, in the last 10 or so, maybe 20 years, he's more known for his songwriting than his actual, like, the band any longer. I liked his solo album, too. All right. Close this up. We'll fill it with water. Woohoo! Fall down. Actually, you know what? Good, that does close fast enough. I got to block the water, so let me come in here a little bit so I can... Got a place I can block the water. Make this one... once we get in here, it's going to be a little bit larger. Bring the water to there. Then we can carry on. We're actually at 12:42. I'm going to fill this with water, and then we're going to go back and try to do a test run on the whole thing. I think we're mostly done what I'm going to do this evening. Again, we're kind of getting to that spot that you guys can't see. I like how the water doesn't go through, but the boat will. Good, good, yeah. All right. Give it a test. Now, again, I don't have the pistons and stuff on, so I'm not going to have to deal with that. But that's okay. I'm not going to turn them all on just for this. I know those work. I just want to see how long it takes to go through here. Whoosh. Oh, okay, I'll just... I get through here? Aha, I can. I can't go to the left, though. That would have been a dead end. All right. How far can I make it? Oh, look at that. I'm getting the bomb diggity of first couple times I did this yesterday. Oh, I still got snagged. I thought I was perfect, but I didn't. Whoosh. I may put a couple little pillars in there, kind of like I have up here. Make that a little bit harder. Okay, so here, the pistons are going blah, 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 left and right, knocking you around while you try to get through here. That's a little low. Oosh, oosh. We make it, though. Okay. Now we got to maneuver the tight turns. When I did my last one, I want to say Neon, Turtle, and James ran it. Sploosh. All right, so we're going through. Hold on. Get rid of the noise. Okay. So then we go through here. We got the slime blocks to deal with. They'll be throwing you up in the air, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Get through these. Go through the pinch point. Again, maneuver through the irritating spot of the... I made a little bit wider here, which I think is probably better. Then we drop. Thunk. Turn to the right. We drop. Thunk. We turn to the right. We choose our poison. I'm going to go left. No, it's easier. Now the fans will be blowing, and we'll have to make our way through the fans. Struggling through all of those. Hopefully ignoring the door. Then we go through here. And there's almost a straight point, but you're wider than one, so that's not going to work. This is meant to slow you down. Push through. Push. Depending on where you go in here, it could get easier or harder. Wondering if I need to put less webs. What are your thoughts? Is this slowing us down too much? Again, could be allowing some people to catch up. Miss one. Problem is, after you, if you're pushing forward and you finally let go and you zoom forward, you just hit the next one. Make sure you're going too fast to spin around. All right, I'm gonna go right through this one. Now, adds a minute or two to the race. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on, almost through. Yes. The glowstone. I forgot to break this. Go through here. Here. Then we'll be in the dark room. Excellent. Now, I don't have any flare lanterns anywhere near this. I've got these ones up here. I may have to pop a couple of these. Which anyway. Hey, bye, Albert. Yeah, we're going to be turning it off here in about 10 to 15 minutes as well, so not a worry. Glowstone in there will help light up that little area. Yep, I believe you were. I am. A lot of the guys were right around there. I know that I started streaming like a month before the charity stream, just to see if it would work, so I could do the charity stream. And I got a couple people in those early. That's where I got Neon and James, and a couple folks like that. All right. Well, guys, what do you think so far? Honest feedback. What do you guys think of the overall water race? Does that seem like it'll be something they'll enjoy doing? That could be fun to play in? I'm not halfway done yet. Literally, we're not halfway done yet. After the dark area, we're going to drop down, and I'm going to have a big spiral thing. You go all the way around, it gets closer, closer, and in the middle of it, you drop down. Then we have the bottom level. That's going to be a whole nother thing. That's spot you guys can't see at all. Anywhere in the Twilight Forest, to be honest with you. There's really no specific way to find it other than maybe with the map. It's not as common as many of the other things. It's just a matter of flying around until you find its little temple ruins looking thing. But it's not easy to find. It's zipping around until you come across one, unfortunately. Same with the Hydra. I find that I have a harder time finding the Hydra, the Ram, and the Urgast are the three hardest ones I ever have finding. Naga and the Hills, and the Lich King, and the Ice Queen, and even the End Castle. I run into those all over the place. All over. So I have right now 3 locations. I'm going to need a door on this side, or I'm not going to be able to get in there and turn those fans on. I have 3 locations that I have to turn stuff on. Got the fans, and I've got the 2 sets of pistons at this point. That set there, which turning this and this on will be real easy. They're right next to each other. And all the other ones are right up here, inside and out. So I'll turn them all on before we start filming. All of them are silenced, so they shouldn't be a noise problem at all. What I'm trying to decide is once I get this all built, do I want to fill it in? Follow me on this. Imagine if the space between all of this, except for little tunnels that let me get to the doors and to the redstone switches. Imagine if all of it was a solid block. Here's the reason why I'm thinking of that. I'm going to have to do this in spectator mode. And while I'm filming people, when I film it, I'm going to have to do it in spectator mode. And if I come through a wall, now I'm seeing the outside wall again. But if I'm correct, if it's solid, I see through it. I only see the open areas. I'm going to have to test that. But if that's the case, if it's the case that if this is solid and being in spectator means I could be looking in multiple directions and see several people at once, it might be in my best interest to spend the time filling it in. It'll take a while. With the building gadget, not that bad, especially since I have infinite. I don't have to make the stuff. I could very easily do that. And by doing that, I could eliminate a lot of the light. I'll be honest with you. Ooh, you know what? One thing I did not consider. Hold on a minute. We have to try something. I got infravision. What does this look like without infravision? Okay. Still lit. Flare lanterns seem to be lighting up just about everything. See if it gets darker at some point. I forgot about that. I put permanent infravision on my helmet so that way I could see in these Let's Plays easier, and definitely makes building easier. That's good. Ooh, lost my... This all seems too lit up. Okay, see, now it's getting a little darker. Oh, the flare lanterns were going... Okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I want it to be darker. Oh, no problem, Turtle. Awful headache? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Get you some rest, brother. I'm shutting it down in just a couple minutes myself anyways, so I got to get up in 6.5 hours to go to the doctor. All right, Terry, you as well, man. Have yourself a good one, sir. This actually works out really well. They come through here. That closes. It gets darker. Then I go through there, and it technically should hopefully be even darker. On this side, I'm ripping this out, and it's all going to be black. I'm making all black stone in here. Later, Terry. I forgot about that when I was doing this. But yeah, everything after this point is going to be a black. Not sure which black yet, but it's going to be something extra black with no texture. It might even be black plastic, which I think is one of the darkest black blocks there is. Concrete's pretty dark too. Concrete, clay, porcelain, stick, slick black. Check that out too. Take a second to check out and see what looks blacker. Well, dang it. This is plastic block. That's pretty black. I mean, there's no texture on that at all. Okay, that I can see a texture on. That is definitely lighter. Black concrete's not going to work. That leaves us with slick black plastic block. What is the difference? I mean, they're identical to me. I don't see a difference. Anti-block, we can check that as well. Anti-block. Those two look identical. Is anti-block? It's so hard to see. Anti-block's in the middle. Man, they all look the same. they literally are all identical. This is as black as Minecraft can make. These are all identical. I think at this point they're all using the darkest hue in the game. That's hilarious. 3 different things, all the exact same color. One may be harder than the other and things, but that won't really matter on this. That's funny. Those are all identically black. In fact, let me do this. I used opposite ones at each end. Yeah, I think you're right. They're the same texture because there's no way to tell where one ended and one started. That's hilarious. Well, then we know any of those will work. We found the blackest blocks in the game. Use any of them and it'll be fine. All right, there we are. Too funny. You know, I did that and I put them away. Go ahead and grab the anti-block. It's right here. Whoops. Well, that's just me being silly. That's right. That'll auto-fill back in again. Doo-doot. Doo-doot. Dang it. One other thing is sometimes it's hard to see where the edge is. Dang it, I forgot you click on the door, it just opens it. I really don't need to change them all, just the visual ones. That should be everything. Everything from that point is darkness. Excellent. Good, 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 good. So that's good. I like that. Now, the one thing I when I film this one is I may ask people to put their darkness down a bit, so it's a little bit gloomier inside. I can't see their point of view. My side's going to be lit up the whole time, but I want, when they get to the dark area, I want it to struggle a little bit. Exactly, exactly, and that's what I'm hoping for in this, because I'm going to have a black room with black pedestals sticking up, sticking down, and different things, and they're going to have to go through there with the hopes of it being pitch black. What I might do is I might use some type of a Futara block or something that doesn't give off light, but that I could put across the top and bottom so they know the approximate area, but they won't see the obstacles in the water, is what I'm thinking. But I'm up for the challenge, Turtle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I have, like, even if I use that Rainbowlicious thing, right? Which I hate to use it twice, but, you know, as an example. I could do any of these, right? I could do that hideous thing. This is disgusting. Block is just gross. It's just so orange. Anyways, I'll find something that I could put across the top or bottom that they'll be able to see. It doesn't give off light, but they'll be able to at least know the approximate course. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we're sitting here right at the end of the day. I thought about using the full rainbow ones as well, but I just used them on the other Let's Play I built. I don't know if I want to use the same one twice. I might still do it. It would look cool. It would definitely look cool in the darkness. I just haven't decided for sure yet. I'm going to call that a day. If you hung out with me today, I appreciate you coming by. I really do. If you had a good time, please remember to click like. Most importantly, please remember to subscribe and hang out with us all the time. Join my Discord channel. Go to my website, onlydraven.com. There's a link at the top. You can click on. That'll take you on in. It's a button. Click it. Come on in. Hang out with us in the Discord channel. Hey, Patches. Patches came to say goodbye, too. Didn't you, baby? Yes. All right. But I'm going to call that a day. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I had a good time today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be back in the JEI project world. So we'll be doing that there. We won't see this world again until Wednesday, early afternoon, morning, whatever the Wednesday schedule is. We'll be back in this one on Wednesday for the early one. So until then, we'll be back tomorrow night with the JEI project, and we'll work on that. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Special thank you, as always, to my members and the wonderful people who've been donating lately for helping support the channel. It really, really does go a long way, and I appreciate it. Patches definitely appreciate it. Like, I get kitty treats because of it. And an extra special thank you to my moderators who have way better ideas than me, and I just can't make them work. Isn't that right, Squeedy? All right, guys. You have yourselves a wonderful evening. Have yourself a good rest of your weekend, depending on where you are. And I hope you have a good week. Tomorrow's Monday. Monday's horrible, except for Teresa, who's on vacation and keeps rubbing it in my nose. All right. You guys have a great one, and I will see you later.